And we're live.
We are live. Yes, this is the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast here on the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast channel. I am Austin Pezel. We're running the show here tonight. Jacob Barber's doing the comedy, but I got two other Lonely Mark buddies here with me tonight, as always, to talk some wrestling. Richie Goodacre, long time no see, buddy. How's it going?
Well, you were going all right. On a bit of delay. Bit of delay. I'll work out what the issue is as we go along here. But yeah, looking for talking a lot of news. Some of it good, most of it frustrating. Yeah. No, but always good to be here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about pet peeves. So I like ranting. So that's fun.
Yeah, I just thought it would be a fun topic. JPO initially proposed a tier ranker of the Hall of Fame thing. We might tackle that at some point, but we got to break that up into like years or classes or something.
I have a suggestion for that.
Yeah, totally.
I was gonna say we can make that like the new alphabet game where like to have the tier set and just every week, like if we have time, do a couple. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to do a whole hour or two on it. Like I said, I'm saying it's an idea.
No. I mean, I could save a template and then just load in like 1 year at a time or something like that. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a group of 10 or 15. Something like that. Like just.
We can do the year. We can do alphabetize. Yeah, different ways of handling it.
Yeah, however you want to do it. But JPO, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah, not too shabby here. Yeah, hanging out on a Thursday. Yeah.
For sure. We start off as we always start out with. So let's start out with some fantasy. Barber is not joining us, but he did send us the updated scores as of last night's Dynamite over on the AEW side of things. Richie down there with 385 points in fourth place. But it's kind of shaping up like it was with the WWE one, where there's like a close race for third and fourth, and then a close race for first and second. It's like breaking off because Jacob is right above Richie with 390, so only 5 points separating you guys, Richie. So you all have a tight race there, and then it jumps to me and JPO. JPO's got 525, so catching up to me. I'm still in first place, but only 545. So JPO only 20 points separating me and you. That's one Dynamite away. You know what I mean? That's not much in the AEW world. You could have a good Dynamite or a good Collision and catch me there. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, we'll then since we have the scores updated, we will open it up as we always do for the weekly proposals. If anybody would like to make a roster swap, so once again, anybody who has been dropped is available for anybody who wants to pick them up. If you'd like to do so, or anybody who you think would be a good addition. JPO has one roster slot left, so he's got to really hit those predictions on the next pay-per-view or two and boost that number up, because unfortunately he had to use, which I understand why you did. You had to use 2 for injury bugs, unfortunately. So I totally get that. Jacob has burned 2 of his 4 because he won the first prediction for the first pay-per-view, but he still has 2 remaining. Richie also has 2 remaining, as you subbed out Queen Aminata for Jamie Hayter, and I still have all 3 of mine as of right now. So we got the rosters right here. Richie, we started at the bottom, so Richie, you are in fourth place. You have 2 available. Would you like to make any substitutions?
I think the substitution I made recently with Queen Aminata, I think that was a good decision considering we're going to need to go out. I think the reason I'm trailing behind is just because I had a bad Dynamite. There was nobody of mine in the main event, except for fucking Daniel Garcia turned heel afterwards. Fucking damn it. So I'm gonna assume that was just a bad Dynamite, and keep the people I've got for now, and and assess it later after maybe after the pay-per-view or we'll see how we go. So no for now.
All right, so no for now. All right, we will then go to well, Jacob did not send me any roster slots, so I'm assuming he is going to stick with what he did, but he did make some last week. He picked up Shibata, and he has now his entire ops trio between Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hops on his roster, so he's really counting on that. But we scoot up JPO. You only have one left, but if you choose to use it and hope you get some predictions, you can do so. It's up to you, but your choice.
No, I'm good.
There you go. All right, sounds good. And I actually think I am going to make my first roster substitution. I have all three, and I'm going to do one. My guy Kenny Omega is off in Japan, going to do some hosting some game shows and whatnot. Looks like he's going to be off TV for a while, so I may re-pick him up later if he decides to return for the end of the year. But it looks like he may be gone for at least maybe 2 months or so. He's going to be on for a little while. I'm going to drop Kenny and pick up Eddie Kingston because I think his return is imminent. There, he's being called out. I believe he confirmed that he signed a contract. He seems to get a push every time he gets come back. So I am going to drop Kenny for Eddie Kingston. So there you go.
Kenny Omega is the Roman Reigns of AEW. He gets written off TV.
Yeah, for a while, and then he'll come back eventually. But yes, it may not be till like the end of the year or something like that, till like World's End or something. So I may re-pick him back up later, later. But for now, I'm gonna drop him. And I was looking at Roderick Strong, but Roderick Strong's actually already booked for Collision. It's a Paragon versus the Death Riders versus Moxley and Garcia for Collision. So that's two of my roster guys, Roderick and John Moxley. So I'll keep him for now because again, he pops up every now and then. He still wrestles pretty consistently. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up Eddie and see what they do with him now that he's kind of I've been waiting for him to come back to like do that, but it looks like there's actual promos. He signed a contract. Like it looks like he'll have a match at the pay-per-view. So I think he'll officially be back now. So I'm looking forward. And he usually gets pushed and works a lot. So he's a workhorse. He'll work. So I'll look forward to that. But all right, if that's the case, we will close the fantasy door for now and see what happens next week. And we do have a pay-per-view coming up soon, so that's an opportunity for again somebody to win the predictions and win an extra substitution should they need to use it. So I will go down to 2. So yeah, we have all used some at this point now. Our roster is looking a little bit different than what we started with, but not too bad. So let's jump into the news. I think the top story that is not yet official, but WWE has come out and said they have a quote special announcement tomorrow, I guess, on their social media, and we all kind of know what it is. The reports are already coming out that it is going to be the official announcement that yes, Saudi Arabia is going to host WrestleMania 2 years from now, 2027, for WrestleMania 43 in 2027. Saudi Arabia WrestleMania. We knew it was kind of a rumor. The money was probably just too tempting. There's a guy behind it who is essentially just putting up an insane amount of money from what I saw. Just funding basically the entire thing. So it's going to cost them almost nothing to run it over there. But I know we all have our thoughts on it. We'll just go in a circle. I'll go last. JPO, let's start with you. I know you're about as happy as I am about this announcement, but go ahead, sir. The WrestleMania Saudi looks like it's pretty much all but official now. So
it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't ultra hate it, but at the same time, I do feel like it's kind of a shitty move for fans. I mean, it's not a place people really want to travel to. This isn't Vegas / New Orleans / Florida / you know what I mean. So it's like I feel like this is just truly a numbers pull that WWE is doing more and more of. Whether it's raising ticket prices or not giving a shit about this ESPN deal, other than we make money. So this just seems like another line in that fold here, though. I also think it might be less fun to watch. I mean, those crowds aren't bad, but they're not the greatest crowds as far as just reception. I don't mean that in like a cultural way. I just mean like they're not the most excitable. They're not Puerto Rico. They're not. You know what I mean? So, again, it is what it is. And kind of more or less figured this might happen one day. I don't know. Leave it to where it's a travel destination.
Yeah, for sure, something easily accessible. But Richie.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is that not that just in general, they're not like you always green shirt guy, or still
I
green.
heard that he was part of like a plant thing, though, like a program, like that's intentional.
He's part of a program, but he still pays like
He pays for it. He's definitely rich, but he's part of like a thing where they give him the seats because you can't just like independently book that every time. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we forgot to mention that. But the fact he was like at the he was in France. That's ridiculous. That was crazy. and, yeah, I don't know. Saudi is a country that not that doesn't get much tourism in general. So you're not. Yeah, you're just relying on, and it won't feel any different to like a crown jewel or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I was already annoyed that they're getting Royal Rumble. So yeah, it's just frustrating, and like I think I feel like, not to absolve WWE, but I feel like it's definitely TKO, because there's a guy, I feel like he was one of the heads, like Mike Shapiro, came out and said he basically said that like the ticket prices might even go up, and said that like he's more into money than to. And he said that he pretty much said that Vince had the wrong idea. He didn't like that Vince was the kid more about like that it was more focused on like the families and stuff, or he's more about maximizing profits. And I'm like, man, I don't. You put me in an annoying situation because I don't want to defend Vince here, but
I know. Wait, Vince is the good guy in this situation? What?
No, I saw that report as well. Malcolm's bringing up there was like a thing saying the TKO guy said like, "Oh, Vince was crazy for wanting to make it affordable for families," and I'm like, "Well, that just confirmed that you're a greedy asshole. It's not making
greedy prick, yeah,
you greedy bitch."
Yeah, I'm like yeah. Why is Vince being the sensible one on here? But because if you're going to risk your plan is going to backfire. You're going to price people out of going to shows, and like your ticket sales are going to dwindle. I'm not a fan of this. Like, I think unless like because they compared it. Oh, UFC makes X amount and they're doing fine. WWE is not there yet. But maybe when they're happy that they're there yet, they can just make whatever they can.
It's not like they weren't making good money. Like WWE's making good money for years. It just sounds like they truly are just whatever gets us more.
Of money. They're making plenty of money with their TV and streaming deals alone. They're making more than enough money. The TV deal they have with USA for SmackDown is plenty of money. The Raw deal they made for Netflix is plenty of money. The Peacock deal was plenty of money. Now this new ESPN deal is multi-billions of dollars. They're making more than enough money to where the ticket prices don't insane.
But it's just this weird thing where like I think that TK's got a hold of them, because it's not even just that. It was just like WrestleMania was meant to next year. Was meant to be in, was it like Indianapolis? Oh no, it was meant to be in Minnesota, right?
No, next year it was supposed to be in New Orleans. Remember The Rock?
New Orleans, and New Orleans.
The Rock did the video where he announced that it would be in New Orleans. He told everybody in front of the crowd New Orleans that WrestleMania is going to be in New Orleans. And yes, then the rumor was the next one after that was going to be in Indianapolis. Yeah, which made sense. I thought like they already had that lined up, and now they've thrown all that out the window for another Vegas and Saudi for strictly money purposes.
Because they get money, and so TKO, it's almost like TKO's got like a hold on on Nick Khan and Triple H, like, hey, but we could be making more money here. It's like you could make money like in those markets too. Just because you would make a lot of more money elsewhere doesn't mean you can't go to those markets. You're going to burn those markets out. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow, but I think it's going to end up backfiring in the end to a degree. Yeah, that's what I fear, and kind of hope in a way. Like fuck them. That's why I was saying in a private chat, like AEW should kind of like jump on the bandwagon, being like, "Hey, can't afford those tickets? Well, we're not dicks, Like,
hey, you can come. We do promotions for Dynamite where you can come for like 20. But they do promotions for like group tickets for like groups of 4 for literally a family. It's like $20 a pop. So it's like $80.
Here's a fun one: tickets. I'm reading about the Resolution tickets aren't selling as much as they had hoped. So the cheapest standard admission ticket, excuse me, has been lowered from 223 to 193. That's their discount. So
Oh yeah.
again, the cheapest standard ticket is $193, and that's
Up
probably
in the
again some
nose.
shitty
That's the
seats.
nose. That's the nosebleed section. Yeah,
Yeah,
those are the
yikes
top.
on a yikes.
For $190,
So
dude. For $100, actually less than that. 80 I paid for when I went to AEW
you
Revolution.
and somebody, right?
The Sting's final match. I went by myself.
Oh yeah,
That pay-per-view, I was in the lower bowl, like good tickets, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like mid lower bowl for like 80, $85, something like that for a pay-per-view. Insanely affordable for a pay-per-view, very reasonable. And
Yeah.
that won't even get you a nosebleed seat at your average WWE show, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like AEW needs to capitalize on this and be like, hey, you want an affordable live wrestling show?
Yeah.
You could bring the family for one price of a WWE ticket.
Where we still care about the fans. Like that should be like their new tagline.
They should
We
put out
care about the
promos on that.
fans.
Yeah.
Because for 190 whatever bucks, I could with this upcoming house show next year in Brisbane, I could probably get 3 tickets for that amount. From that amount.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could bring a group of people for that same for the price of one. For the Crown Jewel show. Yeah, the WWE show that they're doing in Australia. Yeah, I guarantee you the cheapest ticket for that is like JP is maybe $200 minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably more like 300. Your average Dynamite, if they roll through town or Collision, you can usually get tickets the week of for $20-$30, very affordable. That was cheaper than the NXT house show they were trying to do, JPO. I told you about there was one in Spartanburg.
Yeah, those are
It was NXT, not even a special event or a televised NXT. An NXT house show, the cheapest tickets at this auditorium were $60 for a house show for NXT.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nuts. You know what I mean? When I can get, again, 2 tickets to AEW Dynamite for the same price. It's kind of insane. The bubble's going to burst at some point. I feel like for this price, ridiculousness. But I wanted to address. Malcolm brought up something which I don't think this is going to happen. He asked if it was going to be a dual Mania thing where they would have a night in Saudi and a part 2 in America. That's not.
I think that'd be too hard logistically.
Logistically, it would be too hard. You would have to either split the roster and have a separate production company in one country.
Yeah.
Or you would have to have it in 2 separate weeks because there's no way you would have to split. You couldn't do it overnight. There's no way they can get back in time and do it. So you have to do it in 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense, logistically.
Another major problem too is where's Triple H going to go? Is he going to focus on Saudi? Is he going to focus on America? Where's this agent going to go? That agent going to go? And also too, when they do rent these buildings out too, they are getting some sort of discount by doing a Friday or a Saturday and a Sunday rather. So not that they're going back to just one night. That also I think would be a little pricey.
Yeah, well, and I just think that if Saudi's going to pay for WrestleMania, it's going to come out that they're paying for 2 nights of WrestleMania. They're paying for the whole shebang. You know what I mean?
They're paying for the Mania. Yeah.
The WrestleMania. It's not going to be half of a WrestleMania. They're paying for the full Mania thing. And I'm with you, JPO, as far as I think the biggest logistical thing with this is for the tourists, the fans who come into America, to a big city, and spend the week, there, that it's easy logistically to fly into America. Or even if they did Europe, if they did England instead, would be a little more tourist friendly, than Saudi.
Cayman, Canada has been discussed of trying Canada one more time. Puerto Rico has some nice beaches.
France when they were talking about just look around here that the kind of things around.
But yeah.
But I know you'd go to England before France, but I'm just saying, at least they've got that kind of, it's a tourist city, and you've got the established really good crowd. I don't know. I'm just saying that there's pretty much any option other than Saudi is a better option for us.
And I know it's a real side note, but I also feel bad. No, I don't think WrestleCon's going to do WrestleCon Saudi.
No, is GCW going to do Saudi? No, they're not going to do.
Maybe
GCW.
I can see GCW trying, and they're being the only ones, but no one else will.
Maybe, but how about all those other smaller companies that come in?
No, no one else is. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to
see international flights.
You're not doing House of Glory. You're not doing the women, the Black Label Pro. You're not doing the women's shows.
Well, and the thing is too is a lot of those companies can kind of skirt by too by not necessarily paying for flights because a lot of those guys are there anyway. Now most of those wrestlers won't go. There's going to be no WrestleCon. I'm sure WWE might, bring a couple legends for the hell of it, but it's not gonna be the same.
No, yeah,
And I like my Mania weekend, even if I'm just streaming it. I like my Mania weekend.
that's what I'm saying, because all those guys, like you said, they're in town the whole week. All these companies share the talent, we've seen those guys pop up, like Michael Oku, for example, pop up on like 3 shows in late night JPO. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like he'll be on
What was
this
it?
show at 5
The
o'clock,
week,
this show at 8 o'clock.
the weekend I went to, I was like Brian Cage for the 5th time.
Yeah.
Swerve got used a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw 1 year, 2 or 3 years ago, Mike Bailey was like the MVP. He was on like every other show.
Yeah, Bailey was on almost every show running across town. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like those are good paydays for those guys. Like, it's because they take advantage of the fans and being there, which is cool. Yeah, and you're just not going to see that with Saudi, and that's, I think, something they're not considering is the wrestling community that comes together around WrestleMania. When it's even if it was in Canada, to a degree or whatever, like, where it's accessible, you're not going to get that in Saudi. It's just not going to be a thing. It's only going to be strictly WWE events. So yeah, I think you're shutting out again, the greater wrestling community for the sake of money. Once again,
another thing I read, which is also depressing, but also it's Saudi. It's Saudi is the president for this, but the president for this is that apparently Saudi, wants a lot of WWE legends, and that WWE might try to try to throw money at some legends to unretire for the night. For a night, which I don't know if I want to see Undertaker, and I don't want to see people who can't go wrestle this movie.
I don't know who even would Taker do it? Like, Taker's not moving the best. He's not moving the worst, but he's not moving the best. I don't even know who's on the docket anymore that we could do.
Yeah.
I mean, would Kurt Angle come out of retirement to do a match?
Oh, that dude, he's way worse than Taker. I believe Taker way more than Angle. Angle's even admitted, guys, I'm not moving much. Like, Angle's not doing it. Unless they do like a Taz and Jerry Lawler, and Angle just puts Chad Gable in an ankle lock and wins in 30 seconds just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is your legend lineup going to be people like, not so much the older legends, but by legends, are we going to be bringing like people from 10 years ago? Is that what we're going to do? 15 years ago?
Yeah,
who's big enough though? Like who would even be on that list? Maybe Triple H can get Vince Batista.
Are they going to bring out John Cena already?
John Cena to unretire Saudi. Yeah.
Saudi will give us a lot of money. But no, see, I think John will say it's true to his word. I really do. I really do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about the Saudi thing with the women, even with the Rumble. That Rumble is going to be weird because they're all going to be wearing like bodysuits for the Rumble.
They're going to be sweaty.
Full, and it's going to be hard for them to they're all going to have to try to at least distinguish themselves by colors and whatnot, rather than regular attire.
I don't mind it anymore. Now that people know in advance, they're kind of cool looking sometimes.
No,
I'm sure. Better than others,
I'm sure. Yeah, they know. Yeah, enough in advance now that the Rumble's going to be. They can get custom stuff made for that show. I just hope that everybody that's going to be in it is conscious enough to try to distinguish. Not everybody have. Don't have 10 different women wear a black, just straight black. Bodysuit, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Like
no. I'm saying we got enough now. Where I think there's been some nice red ones, blue ones. So
yeah.
I mean, there might be a little matching because again, they all are going to technically be the same kind of outfit 9 times out of 10.
And they also had wasn't it this year they had the match the graphic to tell you how long people have been in or who's been eliminated. So you're like, that would help as well. Even though I wasn't a fan of that this year, but I know you guys.
I liked it. I'm a big stats data guy. I dug it.
It was jarring at first, but I'm kind of with JP. Like, it was a little jarring to get used to at first, just because we'd never had
it's
that.
different. Never again.
By the time we got to halfway through the match, I kind of put it out of my head, and I didn't even super notice it, but I was just glancing at it every now and then, and I actually didn't mind it. Yeah, I didn't mind the running stats. I thought it was okay. Again, that's more that sports presentation they're trying to bring to it with the ESPN guys. So, I get it, for what it is. So, we'll see. I guess the official announcement, it looks like it's going to be tomorrow. They're saying there's going to be like an official thing all over their social media. So most likely it's going to be the official press release, whatever it is, and we'll find out if it's going to be indeed a 2-night Mania. I suspect that it will be. So we'll get the official announcements on that. Probably get some dates. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, it's coming, guys. It's official. It's coming. So if you were planning on going to wherever they were going for WrestleMania 43, your plans probably just got canceled, just like mine did. I was going to go to the New Orleans thing if they were going to do that next year, and that got canceled because they're going back to Vegas. So not doing that. Vegas is too expensive. Not happening.
Well, now you go to Saudi Arabia, Pez. You and your
Saudi
girl.
Arabia, yeah, no, thank you. I'm good. I'll stay right here and watch it when it airs at 2 in the afternoon or noon, or wherever the hell those Saudi shows air.
Oh
For
yeah,
us.
that's also good. That's also going to kind of suck too in a side way. Yeah, I don't want to watch
Yeah, it's gonna be Mania in the afternoon or in the morning or something. That's gonna be weird, right? Like, oh, hey guys, make sure you get up at noon for WrestleMania. That's odd.
But even like if that it comes obviously they're not going to get the tourism or anything in, but even in that, like they're not. Do you think it's going to be any bigger than like crowd wise as it like Crown Jewel or these type of shows? I don't feel like it's probably. I feel like it's just going to be like it won't feel like that. The feel of it won't feel any different than those shows because I don't know how many like those shows already looked packed, but they were your standard. I don't know. It won't feel like a WrestleMania crowd, is what it is I'm trying to say.
Right.
In terms of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like those crowds have gotten a little better as far as like being loud and enthusiastic over the last year or two.
It's gotten better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten better. Like they've been a little hotter over the last year or so. So hopefully they'll be at least hot for that. So but yeah, we'll leave it at that. See what the official announcement is tomorrow. If we get a few more details, we'll jump into some other news. Some unfortunate news. Kind of broke today that Jerry Lawler had another stroke, unfortunately. So I think that's his third, actually. I want to say he had 2 previous ones in addition to the heart attack, famously that he had, a little over 10 years ago. So dude's not doing too well physically. Said he is okay. He's recovering from it, but kind of a rough go for the King there. So, and I know he's near. Is he 80 or near 80? I know he's got to be getting up there in age, right?
I feel like he might be in his 80. I feel like he's close to an 80, isn't he?
Yeah, let me bring that. No, actually, he's not 80. He's 75. 75. Okay. Fair enough. All right. But yeah, he's unfortunately starting to get hit with some of those things. So yeah, we wish him the best on his road to recovery. I know he had to cancel. I think he was doing some convention. He had to cancel convention.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, very, very, very sad to hear. I always said he's one of my favorite autographs itself because he's an artist. So he's not. It's not one of those scribbles. I Seth Rollins' autograph, by the way, is a really sloppy SR. But Jerry Lawler takes time. It looks nice. So my favorite actual autograph is probably him. I've met him several times. I don't know if he still does, but he lived in Fort Myers, where I live. So he was kind of one of those guys that they would easily trot out a lot at NXT and Fort Myers house shows and stuff like that. So always a nice guy to meet whenever I saw him.
Yeah, totally cool. Any quick thoughts, Richie?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's sad. It sucks that he's run till he's sort of health issues. It sucks that obviously I think one of the greatest the commentary teams of all time is JR and Jerry Lawler. It sucks that both of them are going through the ringer at the moment with him in regards to health. But yeah, just hope he recovers all right. And it just sucks that it sort of was kind of piling on for him a bit. And hope he gets through it and he stays with us for for a while.
Yeah.
So but no, it is sad news, and wish him all the best.
Yeah, for sure. You got some news on the commentary front, both for AEW and WWE. On the AEW side, Bryan Danielson has been added as a permanent commentary man. It looks like for Dynamite. So a permanent is it third man or fourth man? God, I can't keep up with how many people are commentating
Third,
nowadays.
I think I'm sure.
Well, man. Oh,
Yeah, it seems like they just rotate people in and out. Yeah, for the pay-per-views and for the TV shows. Yeah, I can't keep up with who's going to be on there from week to week. The pay-per-views are kind of all over the place. They'll have like, Shivani will be out there for a little while, then JR's out there, then Callis is out there, then I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if like Nigel's going to come back out there occasionally. Nigel will be back on commentary. So yeah, I don't know. The pay-per-views are all over the place, but I guess it'll be Excalibur, Tony, and Brian Danielson. Going forward at least for the most.
Well, Taz. Tony wasn't on Donna, so it might be Taz and
or Taz. Yeah, again, they rotate in and out. I never know who's going to be on week to week when they show up, other than Excalibur. So we'll see. Anyways, he's been added to the commentary team going forward. And on the WWE side, we got Michael Cole is over on SmackDown now, I believe with Corey Graves running SmackDown, and on Raw it's Joe Tessitore is now on Raw, also with Corey. Right? Am I right on that? Is Corey doing double duty right now? Back on full time? I think so. If I saw correctly, I know Tessitore is on Raw, but yeah, I believe Corey is doing double duty because they dumped Wade Barrett. Right? He's out of the job for right now.
He's not. Oh, he's not. Like I think Wade Barrett clarified some things. He's not. He's on vacation. He's got time off that he asked for months ago.
Okay, so he may be on with Tessitore on Raw when he gets back, I guess, right? Maybe Corey's just filling in.
Potentially.
That would make sense. I would say usually they don't need him to do double duties, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's personal time for Wade, but he'll be back and take over for Raw. Yeah, but Corey's doing double duty right now. So, but I'm sure Corey's happy to be back. At least back on the main roster permanently with Michael Cole, even over on SmackDown rather than NXT. So maybe we'll get back to business as usual with Vic and Booker T on NXT. So I wonder if
NXT never needed to be a 3-man booth.
No, I mean, yeah, I thought it was fine just with Vic and Booker like that they worked perfectly fine. So yeah, they didn't need Corey on there. So yeah, it always seemed weird when he would do that. But JPO, any thoughts on the commentary either side of things, AEW or WWE? So
no, I mean those are all fine people. I'm still not the biggest Tessitore or lover or hater, so he's kind of whatever. But I'll have to give some time to listen to all of them, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe Tessitore was going to come off too, because I know he's sort of like McAfee, where he like does other sports, but I'm guessing McAfee might. I think McAfee might be working Wrestlepalooza. I'm not sure because it's in the same town. Like again, like it's sort of just it's hard for me to like get like fully excited. It's just kind of musical chairs. It's not like bringing a new person in. So it's it gives it a sort of somewhat of a fresh look, but it's cool for Corey that he's back, like in a more important role, because I do think he is quite good and he's entertaining, and I did feel for him when he was back on NXT, like I'm not the biggest Tessitore guy either, but I get why they like him. Michael Cole's had a few things. I like Michael Cole. I don't know if I'm on the I'm in on the Michael the force. I feel like the forced Michael Cole GOAT conversation, just to overwrite like maybe check out. I'm like, he's good, but let's calm down. He's still I guess he couldn't say that that John Cena was imitating Edge and not. He goes, "Oh, look, he's doing Roman Reigns as Spear." He was doing Edge. He clearly is doing. He did the whole hair thing, but yeah, anyway. But I like Matt Cole. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's something new, but like it's basically it's musical chairs, so it's hard for me to get too excited. But yeah, if you bring in someone, like if they bring in someone who's like like AEW does, like Brian Danielson. But by the way, I think with Brian Danielson, I feel like they're definitely talking like his wrestling career is behind him. They're definitely talking like it was like sort of like up in the air. But yeah, at first like he'll wrestle when when it on part time when it calls for it. But no, they definitely it's definitely sort of like talking to like his wrestling career in like past tense. So it's interesting. Yeah, I guess it's just his full time thing now. He's definitely saying about wrestling. I'm not sure. But yeah. So yeah. I'm more. I guess I'm more excited about Brian Day. I think he's good as well. And yeah, there'll be things just musical chairs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we had some stuff announced for NXT Homecoming next week. It's their return to Full Sail University. JPO, you frequented Full Sail a couple of times, didn't you? In your day, you say you used to go to FCW or no? Or was that somebody else I'm thinking of? So
I never did any Full Sail actually. No, I did a lot of house shows. Is what I did.
Okay, gotcha. When they were kind of touring around the house shows, gotcha. I didn't know
Yeah,
if
for my
you'd ever been to Full Sail at all. I
No,
never got a chance
so
to go there.
it's
Yeah.
better if you live close because they have a weird ticketing system where it's free because they want to pack it, but like you also may get turned away and you can't really do it in advance. Like it's a weird system. So like I almost did it last year and then we're all like, we're not going to travel 3 or 4 hours and then we don't. Sorry, you're last in line. Like,
Yeah. I feel like I went to some of the TNA Impact stuff when they were doing it at Universal Studios, at the Impact Center. So I did because I went to one pay-per-view. And then the pay-per-view was fun because my buddy had a legitimate like leg injury and had his leg in a cast, and so he was in a wheelchair. So we got to sit in that wheelchair section, the ramp at the Impact Zone, which those are great seats, by the way. They're like 5 rows back, like and elevated above everybody else sitting ringside, so it's like eye level with the ring. So those are great seats, by the way.
Yeah.
That little handicap booth that was there. And then I went to another pay-per-view, but I was actually I did the thing where I was in the park, and they let people from in the park go in first
dibs
for the people outside the park, just coming for the show. So I got in there and I was able to worm my way up to like the railing on the entranceway. So I forget what pay-per-view it was, but I'm right there in the front row. You can see me by the entranceway. So that was fun. But anyways, yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of similar to that in that it's like a first come first serve.
I actually almost said it's similar to how TNA did their pay-per-view and their Impacts too. I only did several pay-per-views because again they want to pack the place, so it was free. But there was times where they did turn people away, and so we had found out like 1 month that like that almost never happens. So we always went to like those shows, like we don't want to risk it. Or like you said, you go with like we all brought our wheelchair friend Dustin, who usually got seats then,
right, yeah. No, that was a lot. Yeah, the wheelchair one was fun. That was the one where they had Jushin Liger on that show. It was kind of like an international thing.
Nice.
That was pretty fun. So yeah, nice. that was pretty cool for what it was. But anyways, I was just saying they're going back to Full Sail for this homecoming show. And they've got some main roster people coming in for this one. They have the full kind of lineup announced. It's going to be a regular episode essentially of NXT, but they've got some regular roster people that showed up this week. So your non-match, you'll have the Grayson Waller effect with Obafemi and Ricky Saints. And then as far as your matches, DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa back in NXT taking on Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. So interesting little tag match there.
A DIY just baby faces for NXT, or they?
I think so. Yeah. It's like our DIY baby faces or heels. Yes. Yeah. All right. Ethan Page taking on defending his title against Tyler Breeze, the return of Tyler Breeze. So yeah, he's back at least for that match.
I'm glad Ethan Page is all right. He fucking took a huge bump on the back of his head. I'm like, oh shit! But yeah, he's fine. I'm glad he's fine. But yeah,
and then you got what? Fatal Influence, is that their name? Right?
Yeah, right.
Fatal Influence. JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix taking on a sort of main roster contingent of former NXT stars. The main roster, Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie Vicker, and Rhea Ripley making her return to NXT. So that was a cool moment as well. Crowd popping big for Rhea. So that should be an interesting homecoming episode there. I believe we had more official announcements for AEW All Out as far as the card shaping up for that that one. As of right now, the matches announced. We've got 8 official matches announced. So the card already shaping up pretty good for All Out. As of right now, we got Copeland and Christian against FTR. Got the Hurt Syndicate, the entire Hurt Syndicate, in a trios match against Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. So an actual trios match. So hey, at least they're wrestling, and I still get fantasy points for that because it's the entire Hurt Syndicate wrestling against the team.
Yeah.
So yay, finally back on pay-per-view. Mercedes Moné taking on the returning Riho for the TBS title. We got the official announcement for the stipulation for Moxley and Darby Allin, a coffin match, because of course it is a coffin match for Darby Allin's first big singles match back on pay-per-view. So essentially their version of a casket match, basically. We got MJF versus Mark Briscoe in some kind of stipulation match. They hadn't officially announced.
Find out on Collision.
We'll find out on Collision, what the actual stipulation will be. I'm assuming some kind of, no disqualification, bloody stipulation at some point, given the feud that they're having. Toni Storm defending her title in 4-way against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla. We got
points there. Cool. I'll get
I'll get my Tony in there as well. Yeah, a lot of my roster are going to be on the pay-per-view, so I'm very happy about that so far. And then maybe a few of the other people will fill out the pre-show at least. Hangman Adam Page officially taking on Kyle Fletcher for the title, and Don Callis is banned from ringside. The whole family, the Don Callis family, banned from ringside. So a true one-on-one match. Again, if they can do that for this match, why can't they just do that all the time? I just just say that all the time.
Say that for your pet peeves.
Yeah. Well, that's a pet. We'll talk about that. And then we've got this. I say this for last because we have to talk about this development. This situation with the United Championship, with Okada's championship. Okada having to qualify for his own triple threat match at the pay-per-view, which we talked about this in our private chat. So he's in a qualifying match where there's 3 different qualifying matches. The winners of all these 3 will then meet in a 3-way at the pay-per-view. So Okada is first facing Michael Oku,
who's not signed with the company.
Who's not signed with the company, and the first match we saw in the pre-show, he lost. He lost to Ricochet in that
that match he nearly died from.
He lost in front of his hometown crowd. So why is he getting a qualifying match for a title? I don't know. I have no idea. It should be Ricochet. But Takeshita taking on Anthony Bowens. Again, Takeshita makes sense. He's been calling out Okada, and that's fine. I'd rather just see Takeshita and Okada one-on-one, but it is what it is. And then our third qualifying match, Mascara Dorada versus the Beast Mortos. And again, another one that's weird because Mascara Dorada is not signed either. So why is he getting a title potential?
You guys are so silly trying to use the logic.
I know.
And like match records and
look, I have Beast Mortos on my roster, so I'm happy he's getting TV time. But what is he to qualify for this unified title? He hasn't even been on TV in the last 3-4 weeks. So, JPO, do you care to try to make sense out of any of this? Why the champion is qualifying for his own championship match? Why can't he just be in the match and we're qualified for the other 2 spots? What the fuck is going on? What's the deal with Tony Khan putting the champion in these tournaments?
Now, when he fights Oku, is it for the title?
No. So if Oku wins, he still has to go to the 3-way and win, I guess, a vacated title. That makes no sense.
Not even Morgan. My head hurts.
Yes. I know. What the fuck? I no. If Oku wins, he just goes to the 3-way and still has to fight for the title. Which makes no sense. Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah, okay, but it's not a title match. But
no.
If Oku wins, that means Okada loses the belt. But it's not a title match.
But Okada's title is essentially on the line because if he loses, he's not the champion anymore. Post pay-per-view. So yes. Why? Again, we couldn't find anybody else on the roster to do this with, or we couldn't just have 2 matches. I get, okay, you're pushing Oku. Okay, fine, I get it. So push Oku, have him face Takeshita. That'd be a fucking really fun match, or Bowens, or whatever, something. Switch it up a little bit. Have I guess it's looking like Mascara Dorada and Takeshita are going to be your other two qualifiers, I'm assuming. But or have Mascara Dorada face Oku, have Takeshita face Bowens, then have them both move on. But have Okada already be in the match waiting for his challengers. This weird shit where the champion is in their own tournament makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. The champion should be the final boss at the end of the tournament that the person faces. So I don't know. I don't get it.
It'd be like if they did like a, they how they did like the WWE did those that it'd be like if you did like a championship tournament, but it'd be like putting a WWE champion in the Royal Rumble basically, but it's not for the one of those ones that aren't for the belt. It's just like, well, why is he in it? The winner should be able to. It has he on to face that person? Why is he in the? Why are they in the match?
Yes. If they're the champion, they're the best. Why qualifying is stupid. So I don't get it. It's just another thing where I think Tony sometimes just goes week to week and goes, "Hey, I want to have Okada face Michael Oku." Okay, great. Do that later. Down the line. Build up Oku first, or have him qualify and then they face off there. But I don't know. Yeah, it'd be like having a Money in the Bank thing. And the WWE champion is in the Money in the Bank match. Has that ever happened? It's not happened before, or has it?
Because that'd be silly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a contract for my own title. You know what I mean?
I really want to win I really had my eyes on the actually NXT North American title, so I'm gonna catch it in on that.
Right. But anyways, I just wanted to throw out that because we had to at least touch on that because it's silly. Other AEW note: Daniel Garcia, as Richie alluded to, has officially turned heel and joined the Death Riders, attacking Darby Allin. So again, why was he on the pay-per-view then? Why didn't he do this on the pay-per-view? I don't know. Just do it on Dynamite. We just did it on Dynamite. Okay, cool. So hopefully, I think he's already booked for a match on Collision. So at least Richie, I think you'll get some points there, and he'll start paying off a little bit. And then, I may be stealing a little bit of JPO's thunder, but I know it came out today or yesterday as far as wrestlers and movie news, because it looks like MJF getting. I'm sure you had it in your notes, but MJF getting more roles. He'll be in Violent Night 2, the sequel to the David Harbour Santa Die Hard movie. So I'm assuming MJF's going to play like a henchman or something like that, of somebody. I'm assuming he's not. I don't think
he better be a bad guy. I hope he's not good.
No. I'm just saying. I don't think he's going to be like the primary antagonist, but I could see him being like a head henchman,
right.
Like that. Yeah. So, hey, getting more work out of off of Happy Gilmore too. So I guess good for him. So he'll be filming that very soon. They moved. Brian noted they moved the. I don't know why you moved, his last match from Boston to DC when Boston seemed perfect, given the fact that he's from Massachusetts. That seems weird, So
maybe Trump wants to be there.
Yeah, they're gonna do his last match at the White House, like he wants to do UFC at the White House. That's stupid. Anyways, JP, I'll turn it over to you, man. What you got for this week, man? As we start wrapping up the news here.
Nothing too much more crazy. Speaking of movies, James Gunn also originally said that he initially wanted Batista to be Peacemaker, but Batista actually turned it down at the time. So he started looking elsewhere. That's where John Cena came in. So alternate universe of Peacemaker there. You mentioned before we got Hangman Page versus Hal Fletcher, the next pay-per-view for the title. Sounds like that was originally maybe going to be Wardlow. So even more unfortunate news for Wardlow. Looks like he was going to maybe be in that spot. Before that, he got hurt once again.
Poor guy. Hasn't wrestled in 2 years. Jesus Christ.
Never even wrestled, exactly. He hasn't wrestled since 2024.
I do feel like maybe, and it's not, it's just some people just got brittle bodies, man, but I feel like maybe you'll get to the point where I'm like, look, well, you want to push you, but we don't trust your body. And even it might hurt his chances of going to promotions. It's like, dude, I don't have a time where you're healthy. I don't know, man. It's just bad luck. But like his segment was only like 2 minutes. I think he tore his pec on like a clothesline from doing Prince Nana. I'm like, that is just like a freak thing. How the hell does that happen? Like, yeah.
Well, I'm glad nobody drafted him. That would have been a bust.
I know.
Immediately.
That's
right?
funny too, because like it was definitely like a maybe, but I wanted to see how it was going to go, and it gets it paid off.
Well, I waited and
That's not drafting
I got my
unfortunately.
inclination when he hasn't even like barely been on TV and a follow up to his
Yeah.
showing back up. So I was like, yeah, well, it seems like they're not even using him. So no thanks, I'm good. Yeah, but go ahead, buddy.
Shout out to my girl Lacey Lane, aka the former Caden Carter. She debuted for Ring of Honor recently in one of their tapings there, so we'll see maybe she pops up in AEW as well. I think you guys mentioned already the previous kind of ominous announcement of a major announcement from WWE, where that's going to be the Saudi deal for Mania. We'll see. Eddie Kingston looks like he's finally on the road to being back. Maybe even a new contract has been signed, so hopefully we get Eddie Kingston on our television. And then if you want Mr. Iguana's your own version of his Lieska, only $60, WWEshop.com. You can get your own Lieska puppet. I know you guys are rushing right now to get that. There is a pay-per-view this weekend here. We do have another Worlds Collide for AAA is happening on Friday. Del Higo will defend his title against Dominic Mysterio, the Mega Championship. We have a four-way match of the Latin American title with El Hijo de Reino Jr., Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough. Psycho Clown and Pagano will defend the titles against the New Day. That's an interesting match right there. Natalia versus Fabi Apache for the number one contenders match for their Reina de Reina's championship. Apache recently popped up on NXT as well. Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice versus Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez. And then probably going to be a crazy eight-man tag. Nino Hamburguesa, Octagon Jr., Laredo Kid, and Masquerada Sagrada taking on Cruz de Toro, Joaquin Wild, Lindsay Dorado, and Mini Abismo and Negro. This was supposed to be La Parca, but Laredo Kid replaced La Parca, who is currently hurt a little bit as well. And then the last two things I have are a little bit more of a somber note, but wanted to throw it out there, of course. I mentioned last week an independent wrestler who works for Evolve and beyond. Jaka, aka John Javera, wasn't doing very well. And unfortunately, he did pass at the young age of 39. A lot of people have sent out their love to him. Mike Santana, who teamed with him on the Indies in a stable, had one of the AEW guys produce a really nice music video for him. Of course, love to all his family and friends from there. And I wasn't going to bring this one up, but I actually saw it did make some major headlines. Independent wrestler Robert Martyr, who I actually personally know a little bit here, he was actually going to have a big story in RPW, actually, and the dates just didn't align. He had posted some cryptic things online, and people were worried about his whereabouts, but he hasn't been found. He is currently at home with his family. So this is September, which also Suicide Prevention Month. So just please, if you're struggling, if you know someone that's struggling, reach out, call somebody, even if it's outline or a friend. Just, we all suffer from time to time. I know I'm in that pool as well. So just, there's a scary moment. Hopefully, we're all going to come up from it, from him anyway. And just want to, of course, throw it out there as well. Because I saw there actually was like major sites reporting it as well. So,
yeah, if you ever see people posting, cryptic stuff like that on social media, please reach out. And
it was scary. It was scary. I wasn't dead, but not knowing.
Well, but it shows also people care, when that stuff happens, it's like, no, there are people that care about you, and you may feel like there isn't. Suicide Prevention Month, certainly a big topic of discussion. I know at my Regal, they run these promos. I see it every time I go to the theater. It's a hotline 988. So that's I see this promo constantly. So 988, it's like a hotline you can call, just a simple number. So
and then on a slightly higher, fluffier note, Regal will be having the WrestlePalooza pay-per-view. So
they showed. They did the last one as well, the Clash in Paris.
Oh,
So
okay.
Regal has picked up the WWE pay-per-views, and then they've started doing those just like they do the UFC events, occasionally as well. So so check your local listings. You can go see it on the big screen if you like. I don't think AEW does not have anything like that yet. I know they do like the David Buster's thing and some of those bars.
They did. I saw one of theirs, the one that like
They
Eric
did?
Rowe was on them.
Okay.
Not Eric Rowe. What's the hold on, Rowan he was on the pre-show. I don't know why I remember that over a
Okay.
main roster show, but it's just because he was on that many AEW shows. But no, I did it. I do recommend it. It's quite fun. You might, well, you're gonna be in a theater with other like-minded people, so you
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
make a new friend. No, it is fun. I don't know if they still do it. I'm going back a little bit here, but yeah, something always worth looking into. I think it's a fun experience seeing on a huge ass screen. And like I
Yeah.
said, it's the one time. It is the one time too where I actually don't mind people talking in a theater.
Well, yeah, because it's just a sporting event. Yeah, it's not like you're trying to
Right.
follow a movie
Normally,
narrative.
shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
The last time I went to a theater to actually watch one of those types of things, I went to a UFC at a
Oh
Cinemark, and it
yeah.
was one of the ones where they did a 3D UFC. Does anybody remember this? When they did a 3D UFC?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like UFC in 3D, and it was an alternate thing where it wasn't Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan. It was the other guy, like the B team. It was the other dude that was like on the B show that used to do like the fight nights, and it was him and Michael Bisping.
Kenny Florian?
No, well, it was Kenny Florian and somebody else, but yeah, I can't remember. But anyways, what it was, and they were doing the 3D broadcast, but it was like the same show, but and they had set up these 3D cameras around the octagon, so we actually wore 3D glasses in the theater. It was very bizarre, but I had to check it out. So
Okay.
it was weird. If you look it up, it was years ago when the 3D craze was like really big. When it came back around in the early 2010s. So the UFC did one of those, but I was going to come and say that those, if you haven't been watching those AAA Worlds Collide shows, they're really fun. I recommend them. They breeze by. They're very entertaining. That first one they did might still be one of my favorite PLEs of the year. Like it was really, really fun. The first one they did with the Chad Gable Vikingo match, really, really good. So I recommend them, and I recommend watching the Spanish broadcast as well. I say no to JBL and Conan on commentary, and watch the Spanish trio. They have a lot of energy and they're a lot of fun, even if you don't understand what they're saying. They bring a lot of energy to it. So watch the Spanish broadcast. Richie, any quick things before we do this tier ranker and have a little fun? What you got?
I mean, I mentioned a couple maybe a couple months ago, and I think it's confirmed. Mike DeVecchio, the standout in the Class 5, and he was standout in WrestleMania weekend this year. He's been telling people he's signed with WWE, so it should be maybe he'll show up on NXT soon. He's quite a big guy. Vince would, he's a guy that Vince would probably sign if still a joke. But he's a good. He's definitely pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the Mania staff this year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a full-time thing or it's just a one-off appearance, but former TNA champion, former WWE United States champion, Mr. Anderson showed up at the TNA tapings. So there you go, Mr. Kennedy. Did a few things there. I don't think he's made a wrestling appearance in quite a while before that. He did do.
He's doing indie shows. He did an indie show in Greenville, about an hour away from me. I just didn't go. Like the last week or the week before that, I almost went to the show. He worked Alexander Hammerstone at an indie show. That was the main event of the show.
Right.
So he still wrestles. I mean, on the indie circuit and whatnot. But yeah, he's still.
Oh yeah, no, they just never stop. Oh yeah, that just never stop.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe he wasn't as active. I knew that was one time where he was actually doing announcing for boxing and stuff, because it does. It makes sense that he would kind of transition to being an actual ring announcer given his gimmick. I'm just on a also fluffier note as per congratulations to MJF and Ashley Atu who got married. Apparently they didn't actually want their wedding photos to show up online, but apparently fans literally, because fans are creepy. So they found that they were actually, scoured Facebook and saw that people who went there, and then the photos leaked from there. It's just like, okay,
Unlike
that's
the
just
other
weird.
guests, like Twitter or Facebook accounts, and then pull pictures off of there and like post.
Yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't have leaked that, because obviously it shows Hangman there, that breaks kayfabe. So yeah, but he did. But MJF did kind of joke about that. He goes, "Hey, this cowboy showed up and drank all the fucking beer." But yeah, so good catch them. They although in true MJF fashion on Collision, he cuts a promo just burying her, which
Burying her,
after that,
telling her like, I got to take care of Mark Briscoe first before we go on our honeymoon and shit like that. Yeah, calling her toots and like
yeah,
that was funny. Yeah, no, it was
yeah,
really. I'm assuming they're gonna do this big match with Briscoe, and he's probably gonna take his honeymoon after that. I'm assuming he take a little time off. So if
yeah.
I had to
He
guess,
also posted a photo where he photoshopped actually his face face out and put the title belt when he's kissing the title belt instead of her. He's a great heel. I love MJF, and but it's pretty much it. Yeah. And on WrestlePalooza, there have been matches at WrestlePalooza, which probably obviously CM Punk. They confirmed that CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. It's been confirmed.
Yep.
And I believe there was.
Stephanie Vaquer is getting her shot against Io Sky at WrestlePalooza. So she didn't get it at Clash in Paris. They had to shuffle it around, but she will get her shot against Io Sky for the vacant championship. And then we've got a tag team match. We got Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker against the reunited Usos, Jay and Jimmy. So tag team match.
It looks like Jay's teasing a heel turn. Interesting.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I would think the merchandise sales would negate that, but we'll see. So I don't know.
Just like they can never when it feels like two of them on the same page, one turns heel. It's like just kind of you.
I don't need another Jimmy versus Jay match. That's for fucking sure. But anyways, and then of course John Cena and Brock Lesnar in here.
So, yeah, and the only other thing of note I had, which I would if that happens, give me it because I want to see it. There'll be good fight. Is that as we've talked about before, is that Ilya Dragunov is close to a return here, and it looks like they might pair him in a feud with Rusev, which that'll be a good fight. Give me that. You're slapping me.
Give me him versus Rusev. Give me him versus Sheamus. You know what I mean? Give me him versus. Obviously, I hope we eventually get him and Gunther again at some point. You know what I mean? Because they still never had their third match. They have to at some point.
Yeah.
So down the line. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, let's have a little fun for the back half of the show. We talked about doing just a tier ranker, just the three of us for a change, because we have three of us, so no ties or anything like that. This is not going to be a tier ranker where I like write the votes down like I do on over on the Movie Hero Network. When we do that, and go back and rank things. It's just we're going to be tossing stuff up into different tiers. I found a fun one because we talked about a possible Hall of Fame thing, but we'll have to break that down logistically later. When I realized there was like 250 inductees, I'm like, we're not ranking 250 inductees. JPO, we'll tackle that later. We'll play around with a Hall of Fame something or other down the line on those off weeks. But for now, I was tooling around on the ones that are. If you go on the tier ranker site, there are ones that are already pre-made that people have made. So I did see some of the video game ones, so I considered that because people had uploaded all the like WWE video games, in a tier ranker already. But then I found this one, so that somebody uploaded with some nice graphics I'll show you in a second of wrestling cliches and or pet peeves. So I figured this might be fun to kind of rank them, but also, these little mini discussions we could have. And this isn't going to be like, there's not a ton of them. It looks like there's maybe 35 or 40. So we can these aren't going to be super long discussions, just kind of rapid fire, quick thoughts about these quick things. It'll be like a regular tier. We'll harp on each one of these too much so we can breeze through them with just the three of us. But yeah, what we're essentially going to be doing is I'll scroll down and show you guys in a second. But yeah, we're going to be putting them in 5 different tiers. So it'll be a pet peeve or a cliche, but maybe one that you love. So up in the loved it, so you love when it happens on wrestling that you're kind of fond of. And the second tier is you like it, so maybe it's like mostly good, but not always good. We got a whatever category, kind of right in the middle, take it or leave it, maybe depending on the circumstance. We got an annoying tier or a very annoying tier, like get rid of it, kill it dead, no more, please get it off my television. Nice. Tier. So 5 tiers, things we love to things we got to get rid of. And scrolling down, as you'll see, the guy who made this, it's pretty nice. So we got little graphics and little titles for each of these, and they're in alphabetical orders here. So we'll take them just one at a time. It's not going to be one where we kind of nominate and bounce around. So we will start right there, and we'll just go in the same order each time, so we're not just bouncing. It'll just make it quicker. So JPO, what do you think about wrestlers hitting when they hit the music and somebody comes down and runs down to the ring mid-match, full music, full entrance, everything? Where would you put that? Again, we'll still do the average, so if it's all around, we'll average it out.
Right.
But where would you put appearing? So I'll start these up in the middle thing, and then we'll move around depending on the votes. So, yeah. Mid-match.
Man, depending on the circumstance, I'll probably lean at least towards annoying, though. Even this, for instance, I think this example is Carlito, where he just, what? So you're saying they called him on Friday and what was his plane late? Wasn't he just fucking there at the beginning? And then there's other ones that I really hate, which is Brock just all of a sudden being I'm in the Money in the Bank now. Why? Because I'm Brock. So at the very least, it's annoying. The Carlito one was at least a pop, so I kind of get the logic behind it, although it's illogical. So I'm gonna say annoying.
Okay, Richie.
I'm kind of whatever with it, to be honest. I do. There are instances where I guess it can be annoying, but I get it. You want the, you want the pop, like JPO said. So yeah, although I feel like these days,
it's going to be the same to a degree. I don't think the Carlito pop was that much louder because it was halfway through the match. It was just period from the beginning.
Yeah, but
and it's unfair to the opponents. It's unfair to the opponents too.
Mm-hmm. If you weren't expecting it, I guess. But also, I was going to say it's much less to a degree too, when I don't think music is as distinguishable as it was, even 5-10 years ago. I think it's because much time we have to get, you watch a Royal Rumble. Who's that? Still don't know who that is. Oh, it's you. Yeah, okay. Because
especially the women's Royal Rumble. My God, was that all those generic ass themes? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm leaning towards more whatever, but yeah, I can see why more people would be annoying.
And I'll go with the annoying. I'll lean more with JPO on this one, only because it brings up logic questions of okay, did this person stop at the gorilla position and ask them to hit my music before I help my guy out or attack somebody or whatever? And also, what annoys me is the wrestling logic of why is this person in gear when they weren't booked for a match, and they're usually in wrestling gear, and that annoys me too. It just logically doesn't make any sense. They should be in the street clothes, right? Or why are they at the show in the first place if they're not booked? So I think, mid-match stuff is weird, and full entrances mid-match. That's kind of annoying. I don't.
Or I've got a showboat before.
I gotta do my dance before I come out. So all right, 2-1, so it'll go there. Our next one is Richie. This might perk us up, but big men slapping meat. So a nice meat match, apparently, or a spot in the middle of the match where there's just big men chopping and beating the shit out of each other. JPO. So some meat slapping. What do you think?
Back to me.
Yeah, I'll just do the same order each time, just
okay. I just want to make sure.
Keep it.
I'll go to love it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say this is a pet peeve at all. I also think nowadays too, not everyone is a big guy anymore, so it actually has become a bit of a semi-rarity. You know what I mean? We can get a Gunther and a Bronson or whatever the thing is, a Sheamus and a Rusev match. So Yeah, why not? No, I mean, I think we might all. I think we're all might be in agreement on this. We've always talked
Yeah,
about this. Like with that AEW match, it's supposed to be nothing but meat guys, and then it ended up being like a cruiserweight match with Jericho too. I was like, huh?
yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I think like no, I love it because yeah, like Jessica said, and also it's like um, it'd be different back in the day when you get like I think the quality of big guy is on the whole a bit better. Like obviously back in the day you'd get like Bam Bigelow and Vader and really good big guys like that. But like there's only so much excitement you could get from like I don't know big shows stuff you meet with I don't know like
I don't know,
uh,
like Mantar or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
well yeah someone like that like I don't know,
Loch Ness, the Yeti.
yeah Haystack John John Haystacks or like maybe like so yeah like I think it's good it's because they're good wrestlers as well and then it's just because and you've got like brawlers now like your Sheamus your Rusev and like and people who just like to who make it look like a fight so and even that your Drews it's not like a big up but he's in there so yeah I love it.
No, I love it as well. So I'll clean sweep because you know me. I love a good Haas Warfare meaty match. My favorite match of all time, Samoa Joe versus Ken Kobashi, is just those
Hell
guys
yeah.
beating the shit out of each other for 30 minutes. It's awesome. Chopping forearms, kicks to the just great stuff. Like you said, JPO is kind of more of a rarity now because we don't have the big guys that have that type of match as much in like the big promotions. So when it happens, I dig it. You guys remember I advocated for that NXT 3-way was my favorite match of the year like 2 years ago. The Josh Briggs, Dijak, Obafemi match where they just beat the hell out of each other. It was a meat match. That match ruled. That's the stuff I love. So no, I'm going to love it. Yeah, I love it. Breaking kayfabe. I guess what this entails is just these guys kind of breaking character and whatnot. Mid promo, making each other laugh, things like that. JPO. Breaking kayfabe like mid promo.
Well, one quick aside, by the way, Joe Kobashi, if you haven't seen it or haven't seen it in a while, it's on their YouTube. 2 weeks ago, they put it back up. So
It's been on
go
YouTube
watch
for a
that.
while, but like an unofficial, in an unofficial
Yeah, no, this is
capacity.
the
So maybe
ROH
it's uploaded.
channel. Yeah, this is
No,
the
no,
ROH
100%
best
like
footage
the
online channel.
official.
Yeah.
Yeah, the official.
Oh, I
footage.
see. I'm sorry. So 2 months ago it was on Ring of Honor. 2 weeks ago, AEW uploaded it. It's kind
There
of
you go.
weird, but all right.
It's a great match if you haven't watched it. It's my favorite match of all time.
Yeah, no, no.
The
It's a good
hottest crowd
match too
ever.
to show a doubter that's like, oh, wrestling that stuff. Watch
Yeah.
Joe Kobashi. Oh shit.
Oh
Anyhow,
shit.
this one's tough because, like, for instance, again on the graphic, that's a really funny moment where like
Yeah.
he's like, "What are you aren't feeling oozy?" and Ray Reigns can't help it. It's like a good SNL skit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm more whatever or even like it category, but it can be overdone too.
Yeah.
Like if it's in like a shoot promo kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll get the shoot promos that's in here. So shoot promos is a whole different thing.
okay, so I'll leave it at whatever and see what y'all say.
Okay, Richie.
I don't mind
Yeah,
it.
that was my initial thing, I guess. Like, because I was lumping two promos in it because I thought, like, I'm like, oh, this is a bit more nuanced and like a bit complicated. Because breaking kayfabe and like what that image projects is it's semi being funny, so they're laughing. Or when Santino Morello would make people break because he's funny.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
and or maybe a more recent example, like Stokely Hathaway is funny, and making FTR laugh. I'm broke. I'm bald. I don't have any hose. But in general, I don't. I'm a bit whatever to it. I'll leave it at whatever. I guess it can be. There's good and bad aspects, but I'm whatever.
I'm also whatever. So I think we'll leave it there because I think it can be fun. It can be a little annoying. It can be a little both. Those moments make for like those good compilations you'll see online of like people making the other wrestlers laugh. So I mean, it's good for those compilation moments.
Yeah.
Well, especially recently, you'll see like Solo Sokoa, somebody making Solo laugh or somebody like that, in the background or whatever. So it's fine when it happens, but yeah, just don't overdo it. So yeah, I think whatever is
Do you
fine.
ever see that? Just quickly, do you ever see that clip where Vince is? It's on the invasion angle era where Vince is trying to like pump up his team, and Austin is desperately trying to make Undertaker laugh. And
Yeah, he keeps jumping in, just being like, he keeps just parroting what Vince is saying. Vince will be like, "We're gonna go out there and lead it to victory, lead it to victory."
It's so funny.
and Undertaker starts laughing. I think Kane was laughing too. Yeah, and he just kept parroting like on the shoulder of what Vince said. Yeah, it was very fun. I love heel Stone Cold from the Invasion era. I don't care what everybody says. He was entertaining. He's entertaining as hell. Go back and watch it.
Crack on, and I don't care.
Wrestling catchphrases, and maybe the use or overuse of wrestling catchphrases. JPO, where are we going with this?
Oh man, does this also count when like commentary overdoes it, or is that a different thing?
I'll just stick to wrestler catchphrases. So like that. So like your your come get somes, your that's the bottom line. Yeah, your yeets, things like that.
I'll leave it in the middle, almost more towards annoying than like it though, because again, it can be overdone. There are times where it's just like you can tell, like, oh, we got to shoehorn that in because that's what I do and whatnot. But it is fun live. Like I will say, it's more fun live than watching at home. I'll admit, I skip J.O.'s entrance now. But I would probably fucking do it live all for 20 minutes.
It's really fun live. I could tell you when he comes out live, and the whole
I'm sure it is
a sea of people doing it. You want to do it. It's a lot of fun. It's great.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I'm going to stay in the middle, not put it annoying, because I think there is fun to be had.
Sure, Richie.
Yeah, I think there's also a case sometimes where the catchphrase is more over than the person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they go hook off.
I think that, I like him, but I think that might have been the case with Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, where they're just like the 10 thing. And I love Jacob Flatt too, but they do get into so they're young. Way too much. There was like a conversation like backstage segment with him and like Jey Uso where they just said their catchphrase like 10 times in one thing. I'm like, man, okay, we get it. You want to sell T-shirts, it just becomes unnatural. Like I think catchphrases are important because they help. It does help people get over, and like obviously it helped like people at LA Knight. It helped obviously The Rock back in the day to a huge degree, and Austin. But it can be overdone. So I will go annoying because I think it's definitely annoying in this day and age. I think they overdo it.
Yeah, it's tough because I'm kind of with Richie in that I think back in the day it was used just enough. When somebody would put a button on something, where Rock would hit the "if you smell," at the end of the promo, but that'd be the button, or Rock would hit the "give me a hell yeah," or so. That's the bottom line. At the end of the promo is like a button. I'm fine with that. But yeah, if Jimmy Uso's saying "yeet" every 3 seconds. The Yada Me thing is being like kind of forced into one when it was like a natural thing, originally. And it's like, oh, let's put that on a T-shirt and make it like a thing. When we're doing entire speeches, that can be a little annoying. I'll say annoying because I think it has become annoying over the years, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It didn't used to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's the overuse of it has started to become annoying. So I'll go and it just seems like some of them are shoehorned. Like they try way too hard to make it a catchphrase. Does that make sense? Like let's make this a thing, whatever.
That's why I was also asking about the commentary thing, because that I would put in really annoying when it's like they have to mention it's Seth freaking Rollins or it's the Extreme Rules horror show. Like they always seem to overdo that.
Yeah, for sure. We got something to do, so let's speed through a couple of celebrity matches. JPO, where would you put in general celebrity involvement or celebrity matches?
Again, I'll leave it at whatever, because it's such a mix of Seth Green and Snooki to Bad Bunny and Pat McAfee. So When done right, great. When done bad, bad, and can be overdone. But they're not too bad. I'm afraid it might get worse as time goes by, especially WWE.
Right, Richie.
In modern times, they're better than than back in the day because I think they take the time to kind of work with them and put over a good match, opposed to just putting like any celebrity out there. So yeah, I think they definitely have their place, but yeah, it does depend on who you've got and what the build is and just how much they're willing to work. So um, you know, for every Logan Paul, there's a Travis Scott. So
Mhm.
I'll go whatever as well.
Yeah, I also say whatever because it can't. Yeah, we've seen great examples, bad examples. Even go back to like WCW. Carl Malone, good because he dedicated himself and he tried. Jay Leno, bad. You know what I mean.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's good and
Yeah,
bad.
we talk about.
Yeah, and like you guys said, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, Stephen Amell, Jelly Roll to a degree, dedicated himself, good. And then Travis Scott, bad. Depends on the dedication. So I think it could go either way. So yeah, I'm fine with whatever on the celebrity matches. The cheap pops. So mentioning the hometown in your thing due to cheap pop or the local thing. Now we'll get to the there is a thing I think on here about healing on the insulting the city so that doesn't
Okay.
count, but that's
Okay.
later, so not the cheap thing where you insult the local sports team.
This is
I
the good one. This is the Mick Foley
This is the
live,
Mick
man.
Foley.
Yours. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here and whatever,
Yeah.
with you guys. Yeah, how about that, JPO? Yeah.
Honestly, personally, I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, or I'd love to hear your opinion. I'm going very annoying. I just don't believe it. I don't
Mhm.
care, especially if it's even when it's in Florida. Like, I don't give a shit if you like this place or not. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, I've never cared about this on any level. Very annoying.
Yeah, Richie.
I think Mick Foley even knows it's stupid. That's why he does it. That's why it's like he
That's
knows.
why it
Mick
became a
Foley
thing.
bought into it and he called it the cheap pop. Like, he admits that it's cheap. That's what I
Yeah,
mean. It's cheap.
yeah.
It's a running gag. He's being meta. Yeah. So yeah, and the crowd are into it. The crowd along with it. But yeah. You don't. Yeah, anybody could. I'm not gonna go very annoying, but it is annoying.
I'm gonna go very annoying as well because it literally makes me cringe when it feels like a shoehorned in a promo. But it's like, hey guys, how you guys doing here in Orlando? Woo! It's like, oh god, can't you just get into the promo and just like, what are we doing, guys? Like I don't give a shit that you said the name of my city. I just don't fucking
It's
care.
good to be
Yeah.
here in
It's stupid. Like
Roma.
it was
I
on
don't care
the
if it's my city. I care even less if it's another city.
because I don't believe you when you say you're happy to be here. You're passing through, you checked into the hotel, you did the show, and you leave. You don't give a shit about the city. You know what I mean? Unless you're from there. And that's a whole different thing. But if you're from there, fine. But yeah, all right. So there's our first very annoying, the cheap pop. Cheating to win, I guess just in general for heels and whatnot. Just the general cheating, using ropes, hooking tights, things like that. I mean, it's pretty broad, but JPO in general.
Yeah, it's broad. I mean, if it's to win too, at first I was gonna say annoying, but if it's just straight up to win the match,
Yeah.
um, what was it like it? Well, again, I gotta leave this in the middle here personally, whatever. Because
Yeah.
if it's overdone on a Raw or SmackDown pay per view, yeah, it's annoying. But I'm also a big fan of like, hey, if you're a bad guy, cheat. You
Yeah,
know
right.
what I gotta do.
MJF is gonna try to cheat to
Yeah,
win. That's what he does. He's a cheap ass
yeah.
heel. Yeah. If he's losing. So yeah, Richie.
Yeah, if you're a heel and you cheat, that's fine. Or you have a gimmick like Eddie Guerrero with your line cheating, stealing, and you've established that. That's all. But
You're
there has
Ric
been
Flair, you're the dirtiest player in the
yeah,
game. It's in your name. You're gonna cheat, you know?
yeah. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like there has been a thing where it's like, I've had that pet peeve of like, the babyface needed help to win. Oh, babyface cheated. Like the babyface cheated. I'm like, okay, I don't feel like, yeah. All right, that frustrates me. I mean, sometimes it is good for heels to just to get the better of uh of the babyface to show that they are kind of you know a on par, like a great wrestler, or but yeah, in general, I think a heel, should do heel things, and that includes cheating. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards liking it actually.
Yeah, I'll lean towards like it for the most part, as long as it's not overdone. Don't do it like every match. If we watch a show and 3 out of the 5 matches have a heel hooking the tights or using the ropes or using a weapon, like that can get annoying really fast. But if it's just in general, like your average bad guy cheats to win to progress the story, I'm fine with that. It doesn't really bother me because heels cheat. That's fine. That's what they do. They lie and cheat and steal and exaggerate. So that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm very cool with liking it. Yeah,
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't love it, but I'd rather see just a straight up somebody win a match. People can lose. By the way, I just want to throw that out there. People can lose matches. It's fine. You don't have to protect everybody. Oh God, this one might be a quick one. Climbing the ladder slowly in a ladder match. Can we all just say that's very fucking annoying? Very fucking annoying.
Yeah. That's another cliche. Someone stop me, or where's the spot?
Yeah.
We get it. You're not supposed to win here.
Yeah, I don't understand why sometimes they just forget how to climb a ladder. These super athletes that are in amazing shape can't scurry up a ladder quickly, except for when they need to stop somebody else from doing it. Then they remember how to do it quickly. So
especially when you feel if you're in a Money in the Bank match, right? You've just seen Shelton Benjamin scale up the ladder with without using his hands, and all of a sudden now he can't climb that ladder normally.
Yeah, I roll my eyes every time I see this cliche. So I think we're all in concurrence with the very annoying here, climbing the ladder slowly. So all right, I hate that. All right, the general babyface comeback. So they got the thing of Hogan here. So JPO, I guess I'm assuming it means babyfaces and their comebacks.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a typical. He's about to wave his finger. I mean, I'll go to like it. I mean. That's another piece of just storytelling, So, I mean, I could see maybe someone going the other way with it, but I'll say like it.
Yeah, Richie.
I think it's just one of those silly things that you just kind of learn to turn your brain off, and it's just kind of fun. It's just fun. Obviously, with Hogan, people are always just going to keep, even if he's going to hulk out the dumb heels, we're just going to punch him, and it's expect a different result, but it's always going to happen. But it's just fun seeing Hulk up, and same like Cena, he's going to do the shoulder blocks, and then that suplex into the pineapple shuffle, and then even it's going to the same sequence all the time. People aren't going to learn, but it's fun. It's just a fun sequence. Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those dumb things in wrestling that it definitely it's one of the definitely more ridiculous, but ridiculous is fun, so I like it.
Yeah, this is wrestling. It's it's the Cena 5 moves of doom. It's the Shawn Michaels kip up, doing his moves. Yeah, it's the Hogan. It's the, Will Ospreay firing up and no selling something, and
the Tatanka where all of a sudden he, punches someone.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the typical thing, but it's part of silly wrestling storytelling, so I'm fine with it. So I'll go to I don't love it when it's overdone. I got really annoyed, the 2010s Super Cena, getting the shit kicked out of him for half an hour and then making a comeback, and then just winning the match. That annoyed me. But I mean, so I'm fine with that. All right, so we'll go to comedy segments. So I get just straight up comedy segments. This one they've got the R-Truth, Brock Lesnar, making him break sort of thing. But general comedy segments, JPO. Straight up comedy.
Again, this one's hard because again, thumbnail good, but then I also think of Bobby Lashley has sisters, and you know what I mean. Just other things, Mickey James is a fat pig. Now we're putting her in a pig outfit, and it's all your parts.
It's Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell having a match,
right? But R-Truth is Santino, A tier. That shit F tier. Where do I go with this?
Right.
Whatever. I guess whatever.
I was going to say
really can't go anywhere.
It's right in the middle because I've seen some.
For me, ones. There's S tier and then there's F tier. Comedy for sure. In general, I guess.
Yeah, you would have to rank individual comedy segments over the years.
R-Truth, Santino. Trump for Natalia. Yeah,
S tier, like This Is Your Life with original Rockin'
yeah,
and Foley, like This Is Your Life, whatever, pretty much a comedy segment, things
Or
like
like,
that.
yeah,
yeah.
what I would call a comedy segment too, when Vince gets beat up in the hospital.
Oh yeah, the Stone Cold in the hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
It's so
funny.
funny. The
very
stuff
Yeah,
funny.
that,
Batman.
Yeah,
yeah,
Is man
like,
repeating himself? B.
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I think yeah, like with just in general comedy, if you watch sketch shows, it depends on the
who's doing
collaboration
it and how? Yeah,
of what the writers and who you've got performing the thing. I think some people can make for the most part can make bad things like good, like R-Truth, and yeah, like Santino. Sami Zayn is up there too. Like obviously the sister scene was bad, can save that, but he's generally funny. Kevin Owens is funny. Um, yeah, yeah. The Rock, obviously, funny dude. But
yeah. The
yeah, I
Rock,
think
like a rock concert, very funny. You know what I mean when he's doing his thing.
yeah,
Yeah, shit like that.
yeah, yeah. Like, so I'd go whatever. It just depends. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, yeah. I say it's a mixed bag as well. So I'll also go with Kurt Angle and Stone Cold on the guitar.
It could
Funny,
Angle's funny. Yeah, Kurt Angle.
hilarious. Yeah, very funny. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it depends on who's doing it, how good they are. It can be cringy, it can be great. So yeah, a little bit of both. Oh, here's the contract signing that always goes wrong, and inevitably the table breaks. Where are we going with this one, JPL? Every contract signing every fucking time. What are we gonna do with this?
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the bottom two for me. I'm just trying to get is it very annoying or just annoying because they're all kind of blend in now. Like it's really become a cliche TV filler. I'll even go very annoying. I'm very over them. I hear they're doing one next week. I could care less. Just kind of a good promo. Do a tag match. I'm gonna go very annoying.
Okay, Richie.
Yeah, and why do you have to always have a contract signing for the main event? Like, shouldn't you have like, presumably this is real. Like, they'd all sign contracts to wrestle, right? And, but the main event there has to be a live contract thing. I don't know. It feels.
No, I mean that tracks. There's like they're saying we're gonna advertise a contract signing between the main eventers. They're not gonna advertise a mid card match being signed. Who
I guess
cares?
so, but, I mean, I just thought anyway, but it's just an excuse for them to, unless they have like, even in that kind of segment like years ago where they had that no, they had some no contact rule between Triple H and Austin, right? And then it was like, and then Triple H, Triple H still attacked him because he didn't sign the contract, and then he signed it, and then it's like, yeah, all right, it's annoying because it's going to happen. Just like, okay, who's going to put who through a table? Okay,
Yes.
but yeah, so I'll go annoying. I'll go annoying.
I'll also go annoying as well because I don't mind like a quick brawl or something like that. The somebody going through the table that's just in the ring always annoys me because like that's just been done to death. I would rather just see a good promo battle back and forth. You know what I mean? I don't mind two guys sparring verbally, but yeah, when it just inevitably breaks down to somebody picks somebody up and puts them through the contract table, that's just very predictable and annoying. And that kind of, but it's not as bad as like the ladder stuff and things like that. So I'm gonna go annoying, but not very annoying. I'm gonna go there because I don't mind a decent brawl if one comes out of it. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Crash TV. So I guess just stuff like Russo, like the very like quick cuts. A minute segment, to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back. 100 promos. Yeah, Crash TV. Just ADD wrestling television that Russo did. JPL.
I'll go very annoying again. Again, like you said, it's funny. We read some of those nitros. We were like, how do they do 12 matches? Yeah, none of them were given time.
Because they were all a minute long. Yeah,
exactly. You're like, oh, that's a great match. Oh, never mind. A minute 13 seconds. Okay, fuck.
Yeah, right. Richie, I think we're all on the same thing. It's very
yeah. I mean, like it wasn't just it was Impact. It was like to the back. We go to this, and we go to this, and then the whole the show suffers because you try and cram too much in, and it's just it's not good TV because you're just watching things happen. You're not absorbing anything. So I'll go very annoying.
Yeah, and I'll just give one example of the most egregious thing I saw on one of those Russo Nitros, where there was like a cruiserweight title match, and I think like Hoovy won the cruiserweight title, and they literally handed him the belt. He didn't even hold the belt up to celebrate, and they went to the back to a promo. And I was like, what the fuck? You can't even give the guy 20 seconds to hold the belt up and celebrate, go up to the turnbuckle, celebrate. Nope, to the back. We got
And I
to.
believe
We don't.
that they
We don't
went
want
to
you.
the back to
We don't want you to turn
the
off the
NWO.
TV. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I was like, fuck, this shit is annoying. So, all right. Cringe promos. I'm not really sure what they mean by cringe promos and cringe segments.
Yeah.
I don't
Is that
know.
the suffering secretary one? Maybe is that what they mean?
I guess promo. I mean, like because those two they could be subjective, but I guess for like I know the promo that is being illustrated in cringe promos. That's when Roman Reigns called him "suffering succotash" or something.
Oh, I just said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the cringe segments, is that the sisters?
Yes. That's his sister's one. That's Max Caster as Bobby's sister.
Oh.
Sami Zayn. Yeah. I mean, I guess I would just throw both of those in very annoying because you're admitting that they're bad. Like I don't think anyone enjoys these, right?
I don't follow. They're just that there's badly written. Yeah, badly written, and you're gonna. Yeah, I don't know. There's more like in any show. There's like if you watch something that's a badly written thing, that's it's gonna annoy anyway.
Yeah, like I just said, like what's another good one is like AJ Styles and like what was it that fake like you cheat on your wife with this random girl? Like who cares? I would put that maybe in a cringe segment.
The Lynch thing, yeah.
Claire Lynch, there you go. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Crowd rebellion. So this is when the crowd either turns on the show or turns on the match and boos it out of the building. So the example here, obviously in the picture, is the Roman Reigns 2015 Rumble. The crowd turning on the entire Rumble and booing it out of the building. So when they just completely turn on everything, JPO.
This one's interesting because I'm stuck between whatever and like it actually because again the thumbnail is a good example of like no we don't want this and we're letting you know very loudly we don't want this. I'll fucking no. I actually gotta go like it. I think sometimes that's the best way to correct their shitty storytelling is when you're like no.
Yeah. Richie.
So I was tempted to go annoying, but I was more thinking of fans who kind of just entertain themselves to get themselves over, but that's a bit different. So
that's where I think, but like if you go by the graphic,
this is literally talking about fans are literally like turning on the thing because they legitimately don't want something that's in the ring.
Roman winning the Rumble again, and The Rock trying to be like, he's your guy. No, he's not. Rey Mysterio number 30 instead of Daniel Bryan. Stuff like that. Goldberg. In general.
You're refusing to give us what we want. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I think it's essential, and I'll say love it. I think it's you've got to use your at that point you've got to use your voice, and it sucks for the wrestlers, but you got to use your voice. You've got to that's how it's like it's the only way that you could try to influence change is to kind of do that. Like, hey, like we're the paying customers, we're the audience. If you don't get it, that's what we want. This is how we're gonna do it. That's if they didn't do that, I don't know if we would get like the yes movement or anything like that. Jenny probably would have just been, this kind of guy that they literally would have seen as a B+ player. So yeah, I'm gonna say love it.
I'm going to say love it as well because I think sometimes it's necessary to get the message across, and it's the only way you can sometimes communicate to the people that like, no, we want this, not this. You know what I mean? So, and it's the way you got to do it. So, I'm going to say I kind of love when that happens. When it's genuine.
That. I was torn as to what this meant, but if we're going with that, like straight logic,
when it's genuine and it's genuine frustration, I'm fine with it. I don't mind it. Yeah. So
it's not us being dicks. Us like, this is what we want.
Yeah. Custom entrances, so like your WrestleMania type entrances. The one here is the Dominic getting escorted to the ring from the police truck, or people coming in on big cars, or zip lines. Whatever they get. Custom entrances, JPO for big papers.
I gotta go love it pretty instinctively by my heart. I mean, again, Cena as a gangster, Shane with his kids. We've got a Bianca with like the orphanage or whatever those kids were, or the local kids. Like, no, they're usually pretty fun. Dominic, this is a fun one, so I go love it. Yeah, Shawn Michaels 96 smoking from the ceiling.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I'll go love it. Yeah, like some are better than others, but I think if they you're not gonna see most of the time you're not gonna see a custom entrance at a pay-per-view, but if it's at a big event and bring out the custom entrance, like that's I want to see that stuff, and see what creatively you come up with. So yeah, I'll say love it.
Yeah, I'll say love it as well. I think the only ones I don't love are when they shoehorn like the video game promotion into it and make them wear shitty costumes.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That's the only stuff I don't love, but I think that's kind of forced on them. But when it's like the creativity, like we're using the stage, or Roman
a cool
comes
band.
out, but yeah, a band or a choir like singing a thing or something like that, is cool. When we tweak the music a little bit, or bring them in on some device or something, I don't mind that stuff at all. I think that's pretty fun.
Oh yeah,
it relates to some unique memories. So I'm fine with that. I'll go love it. The double turn. So again, I don't know if this is a cliche or a trope, but
I feel like a cliche is a thing that happens. It's cliche because it happens a lot. And I don't think double turns happen.
I don't think double turns happen a lot. So can we just put this in whatever? Because when it happens, it happens. When it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think it happens that much.
Yeah.
So
I'm fine with that. I probably wouldn't hire because the ones that have been good normally.
Yeah, but it has to be organic. But I feel like it's kind of rare when you get a legitimate organic return. So yeah, it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Dumb referees. This one's hits home close to home for me. Dumb referees who just don't know what the fuck is going on, who can't seem to follow the rules, who just don't see or hear anything. JPO, dumb as shit referees.
I'm bottom row. This is like the ladder. This is a trope just to get to how you want to get to. It's lazy writing. You know what I mean? Like a bad horror movie where it's like, we're going to separate for no reason just so we can get to the last segment. It's just like that. Like, we're going to have this referee be dumb. Why? I don't know. So he can cheat and get away with it. The end. So I would go very annoying.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah. Like, and sometimes, like, the difference between dumb and then there's rude. I only use this word very sparingly, but sometimes like referees are plain retarded. It's just like if you go ahead lobotomy, it's just a device to get between. It'd be like JPO said, it's they tell it for the purpose. It's ridiculous. Like even the more recent example of was it Rick Knox or something? Yeah,
Bryce Remsburg during the MJF match was the epitome of a dumb referee in multiple instances in the same match. A really stupid
where he said, "Oh, but his feet's on the rope." I'm like, you were knocked out when how could you've got no way of telling when his feet actually hit the rope. It could have been after the 3 count. But anyway, because you begin to wonder how are these idiots employed. I don't like it. Very annoying.
Yeah, no, and as a referee, I know I've had to do the dumb referee things a couple of times. I try not to when I can. I remember one guy at an indie show tried to get me to do the thing where I was counting somebody, or we didn't do it, but he wanted me to before the match. Was like, oh, can we do the spot where you count the guy out, but then the manager says, asks you a question and it makes you have a number answer and it changes your count overall. And I'm like, no, that's retarded. That's just dumb. No, I'm not that stupid. Like, you cannot make your referees that dumb. Like, that's really stupid. I think when it's just written as like a way to just excuse cheating, just to have a really stupid referee who doesn't see anything.
I've never even heard of that one.
I literally I cringed and I was like, no, we're not doing that at all.
Was that movie with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman? 7.
Shit,
what was that? Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, well, he was literally going to be like, "What's 1 + run, referee?" And I was going to be like 2, and then it just started going 3, and I was like, "What the
Three.
That's
Jesus.
really, really stupid. That's horrendous." So yeah, no, yeah, we cringe when we see pay-per-views and
On commentary would have been like, our refs are never mind.
yeah. When the babyface evens things up in the brawl, mid brawl, I guess. So again, I feel like this is a whatever. It's a
This screams whatever to me. Like, I mean, again, it's fine. Whatever.
it's fine.
This is
Storytelling.
It's a whatever. My issue, I don't know if it probably ties into it, is then they take their time to even up the brawl.
Yes. Yeah, if you're going to stop to do your full pyro entrance, yeah. But if you just run out there in your street clothes and you're helping a friend out, I'm fine with it if it feels organic.
I feel like we're really just saying Jeff Hardy. Like, most of the times they rush the ring.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy, to be fair, Edge has done that a couple of times. He just did it recently on another pay-per-view. Remember? He did it on at All In when he came back and he stopped and did his pyro and ran to each side of the ring.
Oh, he did. Hey. Oh, wait, that's right. I should stop.
Oh yeah. I should go help out. So yes. Again, some of these are kind of weird, so we can kind of breeze a face turn. Again, if it's organic.
Put it whatever, I guess,
whatever,
right?
Yeah, whatever. I feel like
it can be great. It can be who cares. Who knows?
Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to jump ahead with the heel turn as well. Again, as long as it's organic and it's natural. Now, if you start doing your big show, he turns face and heel every other month.
Right, then that's who cares. That would be annoying if not very. But
yes.
Like, again, that graphic of heel turn is a love it, so who knows?
Oh, that's great. Yes. And the face turn of the Daniel Bryan in the cage with Bray, the yes movement. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell what that was. Yeah. I would say doesn't like it. I knew he was gonna be fine.
For sure.
There's sometimes face turns people aren't ready. Like Randy Orton when he first turned face, he was like, it's just he wasn't.
Yeah, them trying with the Miz. Exactly. It all just depends. Yeah.
They rush it. So yeah, I'm fine with that. The faction that holds all the belts. So the example there is your Evolution. Holding all the belts. They don't have it now, but I guess if the Callis family or something held all the belts, or did they do that in like TNA with like the Main Event Mafia or Aces and Eights or anything like that?
Maybe.
Yeah. So JPO, any quick thoughts? So yeah, the faction that dominates and holds everything.
I mean, again, I like to hear your opinions because I'm going to go to even love it because like we're big wrestling guys and we kind of failed to name two, so I don't feel like it's overdone. Like I liked Evolution when they lightened up and it was like, oh shit, they got the tag that they're controlling and they're 4 talented guys. So if your faction's talented, what the Undisputed Era might have done it in like NXT, I think, right? So if you got a talented group of guys, why not? I'm going to go love it. It doesn't happen much.
Yeah. Richie.
I'll go like it. I think it's good. It establishes that leader dominance of your faction. It can get like overbearing though, especially you mentioned Main Event Mafia. Like those guys even at that point they're probably I think they're probably on top of like the bit too long, and it was just like every Impact episode was the same where they'd come out with on top of the belts and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think it can get a bit like all right, we want to change the guard here, but it's important for to build up the strength of a faction, I guess. So I'll go like it, but there are negatives. But on the whole, I'm positive.
Yeah, I'll also say like it, but it's like a strong like it, if that makes sense. Because as long as it doesn't go on too long, if like the faction holds it for like a year and it's just like the same old, I can get on it. But like I do like it. Go back and if the 4 Horsemen, like Ric Flair had the world title and like Arn and Tully had like the tag titles, things like that. I'm fine with that. Like you can have a dominant heel group for the baby faces to kind of band up and go after. Like I'm fine with that. So I'll say like it. It's like a strong like it, but I'll go with that. We'll go to a failed Money in the Bank cash in. The failed Money in the Bank cash in, JPO. When they failed to do so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This is the graphic, by the way. I can't tell. I'm just wondering.
That is Austin Theory in the graphic.
That one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
Well,
you can
technically,
include
wait,
Corbin.
wasn't his successful though? But for the mid card title?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, he didn't succeed. Okay. Let's see. It's another interesting one I gotta think about for a second. I'll go. At the very least, I'm gonna go annoying. Because like the standout one, I think hurt.
Yeah,
uh, Theory one is a waste of time. Otis, although it was definitely unsuccessful, why they gave it to him, so maybe I'm lumping that in too. So I'm
Corbin.
gonna go annoying. It kind of feels like it defeats the point sometimes, and they dropped the ball a couple times, in my opinion.
Yeah, Richie.
If you like depends if you set up an actual match and you have a really good match, and then maybe if they and you lose and then you with the goal to win it back later, then that's cool. But I don't mind that. But I don't know if that's actually happened. Like I feel like losing Money in the Bank only hurt them. But I'm thinking back to like your Baron Corbin who just that was a terrible guy, and obviously that Austin Theory one and but yeah, like Damien Sandow had a good match, but I don't know. Why couldn't you go with him for a bit? So yeah, I'll go annoying because it's a missed opportunity, and then like if you did more with him when they do lose, then I'd be more positive about it. But because you kind of treat them like a loser after the fact, it sort of makes it a waste of time. So.
Yeah, I don't like it because it kills the push. It kills any potential they had. They look like a geek. If you have a Money in the Bank and you don't pick the right opportunity, if you just go out there and you fail completely, you just look like a complete dork. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's annoying. I don't like it. So
Yeah, I mean, has anyone other than like a Cena who already had the title? If you've never had the title before and you don't cash in, has anyone bounced back from that? Not really.
not really. No. The Family Feud. So your Usos versus Uso, Hardy versus Hardy, Edge versus Christian. Your Family Feud, JPO. Brother versus brother, things like that.
Oh, brother.
I'm torn. I'm torn again because again, there's A-list examples. Brendan Owens a decent one. The Hardys was never totally great. The Uso one didn't end up being great. I don't know. Change my mind. I don't maybe I should say that right now. I'm gonna say. Sorry, Jesus. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say whatever for the moment because I feel like it's very in the middle.
Okay. Richie.
Yeah, I don't. It depends. Again, it depends who's involved. But if for whatever reason Matt and Jeff Hardy could never work as opponents, they tried multiple times, didn't work out. Jay and Jimmy, I think their styles are too similar to have a 1-1 match. But yeah, Edge and Christian, I guess maybe because they're not actual brothers, like there was just like that. There wasn't that stigma. But they could have good matches. But I'll go whatever because it depends on the pairing.
Yeah, I guess I'll go the same way just because I think it ends up being a little more not good than good. I think Brett Owen, I guess could you count like Kane and Undertaker when they portrayed them as brothers? Yes, you can count that, if they said they were brothers in storyline. I mean, they don't have to be real life, you know what I mean? Just in storyline, they're brothers, Edge Christian. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Yeah, that's what it's. But yeah, Jay, Uso, Hardy was not good. Yeah, there's ones that are not good that fall flat. So yeah, I'll put it in the whatever. Fan interactions. Again, I got to see what we mean by that.
Yeah,
so
what?
I don't know. The thing in
I don't know this
here,
thumbnail.
the thumbnail shows Big Show, Undertaker, and it looks
Yeah,
like
Jericho.
Jericho. I don't
Yeah.
know what that means. Does that mean?
Is a fan about to attack him? Maybe is that what they mean?
Is it like when fans like jump the railing, or are we talking about when?
Or are they just like drawing back and forth with them because they're heels and they're like they always
I'm gonna say I don't like any fan interaction. Very annoying. Yeah, get the fans are fans for a reason. Stick to the wrestling. But that's me personally. Unless you guys want to change my mind.
I'm leaning towards fan annoying. I just don't know if I'm leaning towards it for the right reason. I mean, so if it's a planted fan, that's kind of silly. If it's a fan actually getting physically involved, and fuck that. Like I don't know. It was very annoying for that.
I mean, if it's just like a heel like yelling at a fan with an eyesight just because he's a heel who
Okay, hold on. I actually found it. I actually had to Google this. So I guess Jericho gave a geography lesson. With those 5 words, Jericho made a fan look like a complete jackass. This came at the time when Jericho was in full heel mode. Uh, to be precise, the moment came during the 2009 Survivor Series about the star Jericho partner Big Show take on the Undertaker, a 2-1 handicap match. That man's championship on the line. The action, of course, eventually spilled to the outside as the Hills took the Taker.
I
One
remember
fan shout out to Jericho, go back to Toronto. For anyone's ever paid even mild attention to his career, we were that he's built from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, for the massive majority of his career. And once this dumb fan is up to Jericho with the wrong hometown, it was no time informing him that I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot. So it is just like a back and forth. That's all they're alluding. That's what he's alluding to with this graphic. I'll split up just as annoying then, because like fans can say whatever.
Yeah,
Like that's less egregious.
okay. It depends on if it's funny or not, or if it falls flat.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No,
So,
I mean that's not exactly an all timer, but like I'm fine with that to a degree.
Yeah, I mean that falls flat just because you wouldn't want to be the guy who that recognize you wouldn't want your voice recognized by who doesn't know his Canadian who just got punked out by Jericho didn't know who he's from, but yeah, I don't know. I'd say it's just, I'll go annoying, but yeah, okay. It's
heel commentators. So I think this can be a little mixed. We'll talk about it because you can have like in there the on purpose taking it too far Michael Cole forced heel commentary. That's not natural. But if you get your all natural more heel commentators, your early Jerry the King Lawless, your Bobby the Brain Heenan, as a heel commentator, back with Gorilla, Don Callis to a degree, he's out there healing on people.
JPO, right?
Sure, yeah, right. So JPO, where you at with the heel commentary?
For those reasons is why I'm going to love it. There are bad examples. Again, Michael Cole's the first one that comes to mind of like a little overdone. I've seen other people overdo it too. But when it's done right, it's a lot of views. Literally, everyone being like, "I love these." Oh, am I back?
Yeah,
am I back?
I think you're back.
I know. I'm saying, am I back?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But no, when it's done right, I think it's missed like in AEW, for instance, right now. I feel like the entire team is just like, we love the good guys and hate the bad guys. You should have a bad guy representative, I feel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say love it. What's done right is great.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah. I like heel commentators, but they should be the color commentator. Play-by-play commentator guy should never 100%. Be.
Yeah.
It should never be a heel. No, you're there to like, kind of just to it's the Michael Cole heel experiment was a failure because you're there to kind of just narrate, keep the action like flowing and whatever, and there's the heel commentators to kind of provide the that kind of analysis and and you can drive back and forth in, but as long as the color commentator, I love Jesse Ventura, my obviously Bobby Heenan, like you said, Corey Graves, I think does a good job in that, in the heel role. So as long as it's in that position, that's fine. But play-by-play should never be heel.
No. And I'm going to go love it as well because I think when done right, it's great. Like I said, Bobby, go back and watch Bobby the Brain Heenan with Gorilla. It's fantastic. It's perfect. When Bobby's healing and Gorilla's getting annoyed at him. I loved when Jim Ross and Paul Heyman did commentary. Paul Heyman was a perfect heel announcer that would get kind of on JO's nerves. And when they're playing their role of like covering for the heels and making excuses for them or why they're correct in their logic, like I'm fine with it. When it's done right, it's great. Just don't force it like a Michael Cole thing where it becomes like a character, its own character. That's weird and it's not good. So but when you got somebody that's good at it, I think it's good. Even Nigel to a degree when he's kind of doing his heelish shit on commentary, he's a lot of fun. He's hilarious. So it works. Yeah, it works. He's really, really funny. So yeah, I'll go with the love it. I think it's a lot of fun. The hometown hero cliche. Guys are the hometown hero and get their big pop.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
know. J- JPS just.
Oh no, he dropped that. Oh, he lost his connection there. I would say it's whatever. It's kind of some of these are kind of whatever. It could be good or cliche.
Yeah, like, it depends what you do with them. I know if it was Vince, hometown hero, you're going to lose.
Have
You're
them
going to
lose. Yeah.
get in your hometown. But yeah, like obviously, no, but it's you're going to get your hometown hero. It's whatever.
Hey, buddy, we're back. We were gonna say whatever for hometown hero cliche. It's whatever. Again, kind of either way. JPO.
No.
Yeah.
For hometown hero.
Yeah, hometown hero.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. I was gonna scoot up. I saw a few in advance.
no,
I'm
I'm
gonna
on
jump
your
ahead a little bit. Interference and interruptions, I feel, are also kind of whatever, depending on if they're used correctly.
They're almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. So I'm going to put interference and interruptions because it's like those are just part of wrestling. You know what I mean? So it just depends on how they're used. Interference is fine when used properly. Don't overdo it. Interruptions are fine too. That's part of promos. All right, so we'll come back to this. Insider jokes. So inside information that nobody knows except for the wrestlers saying it or the super, super in the know people, JPO. I feel like this is also like a Russo thing he started to do in WCW, and then it went from there. Yeah. Like we're going to make it a reference that only the wrestlers and a couple of people in the know, know what's up. Yeah. Good.
It's borderline. See, again, it depends on how it's used. I'll go slightly annoying. It depends on how deep inside it is. There's even been a couple I feel in the last couple of years that even I've gone, "What's that?" and I gotta Google it. Like, oh, okay. One time on Twitter they said this. Okay, cool. So it has become a little overdone too.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, I think especially like AEW's like earlier years, I feel like they were making reference to like if you didn't like, it relied on you knowing the dirt sheets and reading the dirt sheets, and so there was a joke about the Young Bucks joked on being the lead about like or on TV about like them Vince wanting to ban super kicks or doing something to super kicks or something. It's like who would get that joke? But like if you didn't read the
even them calling that War Games match "Blood and Guts," I felt was like a silly, like, all right, cool, like because he said it once in a backstage thing.
Yeah, it's like okay, that's a very deep cut on those things. It's just like I don't know, and I remember like in WCW where it was supposed to be like a Eric Bischoff said to Sid Vicious like, oh, what's the matter, Sid? You forget your scissors, which is a reference.
Scissors, and he said it 3 times because he thought the crowd just didn't hear him, and the crowd just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Yeah,
it's just like a reference to like incident with him and non-incident. But like I know that I would have known that back then, but now we don't. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I think it's annoying. I'll go annoying.
Yeah, I'll go annoying as well, and I'll suit this. So, insulting your local city, the heel, they're in the city, and you insult the local sports fans, the city, whatever. JPO, we'll make this quick. I think we're all gonna be on the same page.
Personally, I'll go annoying though, because I know some people have fun with it. Again, I don't care. I've never cared.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, it can be annoying. I will say that illustration there, I like that segment because the crowd I've never seen them go off so much as they did to Elias and Kevin Owens. But yeah, in general, it's sort of in line with cheap pop. It's just like, yes, it is. It's like it's just the opposite. You're like, it's I hate to be here in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, insert city, insert sports team here. Yeah, I feel like it's just cheap heat. I call it more cheap heat than like it's only the city. Yeah, it's cheap heat. It's easy heat. Oh, who's the sports team here? Oh, you guys have a shitty football team. Yeah, we know. So what? You know what I mean? Like, is that supposed to be an insult? Cool. The Jaguars suck. Yeah, we know. They most of the time it gets a cheer if they actually legitimately do. They'll be like, "Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct. You're correct. They do stink." So what? I think it's annoying.
And you want to get away with that in the UK either, because like I don't see in the UK like football chants that they regularly joke about how much their side sucks. We are shit.
Yeah.
They're self-aware, man. It's like
I feel like we're gonna be on the same page with this one as well. Overly kicking out of finishers. JPO. I feel like that's a plague now, way more than it used to be.
I'm
Now.
gonna say in the last several years, it's definitely gone to annoying. I don't mind it. I mean, we're at the point now where it's like, how many times? 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 7.
Right.
You know, it's become a cliche now. Because again, I was even. What did I say? I think on this channel one time, like we shouldn't call it finishers. We should call it attempt number 1 of 5. Because
Mhm.
like nothing finishes anyone anymore. Almost nothing's protected.
So we're annoying, very annoying.
I'm just gonna say annoying because there's a part of it that is kind of exciting. Where it's like, oh, I thought he had him. Like we've all been
Yeah.
there. But every match, every main event's doing it now 3 to 5 times instead of once or twice, you know, or here and there.
Right, Richie.
I'll say annoying, teetering on very annoying. There's still a couple of those that are semi-protected, like the Rainmaker. But like, yeah, I remember when the F5, would put people away, and now like, sometimes people kick out of that at 1, just like fuck me. It's like you have to put them away at like 5 or 6. It's like, well, that's not a finishing move then. Like, why do you even bother going for the cover? So it is frustrating. I know it builds and then it just takes like the kind of emotion out of the match to get when someone's going to kick out or something. So I'll go annoying, but I hope it kind of that trend kind of fizzes out a bit.
Yeah, I wish we protected finishers more because they're not finishers anymore if they never finish a match, especially on the first try. Yeah, because remember when like a Stone Cold Stunner would put somebody away? You know what I mean? That was it. You hit one stunner and it was over. You hit one pedigree, it was over. You know what I mean? Now it's like, no, we just got to kick out 100 times. So you see a finisher in a match now, you're like, oh, they're kicking out definitely. It's only the first one. Yeah, they got to hit 3 in a row. Remember, Cody's got to hit 3 crossroads to finish it. It's not just 1 anymore. You know what I mean? You got to hit 3 in a row to make sure you put it. Even that doesn't do it anymore. They didn't Cena kick out of the 3 crossroads. Even that's not a finisher anymore. So yeah, that can get a little annoying. The general money, successful Money in the Bank cash in. Are we over Money in the Bank yet, JPO, as a concept?
Honestly. So yeah, I'm freezing up again. I am going to go to annoying. I kind of am. We've seen them. It's been done a lot. Also, every other company does it now too. I'm going annoying.
Okay, Richie.
Yeah, it is sort of becoming a bit of a cliche. I think they just got to find a bit like, I like how Tony did that with the contract, where it's like, even though it's not really that old to them, where it's like, okay, but you've got to cash it in an actual match. Maybe like just retool it a bit to make things different. Like I'm just kind of, and I know there's the reports like Triple H not liking the match because you've got to book around it, and I get it, I get that. So yeah, I'm leaning towards it kind of being annoying, or maybe just take the concept of bench the concept a bit and bring it back later. So I'll go annoying.
Yeah, I'll with you guys. It was exciting for the first couple of years. That very first one with Edge. Really exciting. When we didn't really know what it was, and the next couple of big ones. Especially when it's a younger star or somebody on on the rise. But yeah, it's been overused, especially with multiple companies doing it. So doing the concept. So yeah, I'll also go annoying. Music segments. So like concert or singing segments. JPO.
That's a weird one. I'll go like it. I think more times than not they're fun.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Sure. Richie?
Yeah, I think most of the ones that have been done have been pretty good because they're usually ones that can do it. Like I've always liked the Elias last month for the most part. You know, because I think it was like the whole idea is like it's weird because he wasn't like great at guitar, but he wasn't that he's not like so bad that it's like off-putting. It's just like it's just in the middle, so it's like. But yeah, and obviously the rock concert, yeah, that was fun. That was great. Yeah, and then the rock, like like insulting Vicky Guerrero, that was amazing. No, that was a great statement. So yeah, I'm leaning towards more liking it. For me,
I think I'll like it because I think for the most part, it's not that often we see them, and then usually when they're done, it's because the person has a musical thing in their gimmick, most of the time, and I'm fine with it. So, and yeah, I like those, like the rock concerts back in the day were always a lot of fun. They ended up being pretty good segments, for the most part. So, yeah, I'll go with that. No selling and the complement to that overselling. So maybe we'll just do both of them. JPO, no selling and overselling.
I feel like
well,
so,
what?
I feel like one's more common than the other, but yeah.
Well, I was gonna say for me, my rating's gonna be different. I'm gonna go no selling, very annoying because I just think more times than not, especially nowadays. Again, what was it? The PW or was the CCW where like Leo Rush powerbomb show each other off a ladder and then like sit right back up? Like fuck that.
Joe got power on Leo Rush to a table, and he got up.
I thank you for the correction. I hate you. Overselling rather. Mix them. Overselling. I don't know. It can be kind of funny. You don't always pick up on it either. So I'll just say annoying for that one.
Okay, fair enough. Richie?
No selling is quite can be quite frustrating because it's like you just at the end of the day you're I don't mind breaking kayfabe how much, but then it's like just taking out of it like too much, like just like act like it hurt a little bit, if you get like a I don't know pile driver on the floor, you shouldn't be up like 2 seconds later doing fucking or if you're doing a move to your ankle, don't fucking at least don't do high flying moves all the time. I don't know, just yeah, and overselling. I don't see it as much, but I think it's fun. The Hogan Shawn Michaels match I thought was greatly entertaining. So I'll go whatever with that, but no selling. I'll go very annoying.
I'll also go very annoying for no selling when they do like, oh, we're gonna trade Canadian destroyers and no sell it. Like fuck that. I hate that shit, bro. Like, yeah, oh, I'm gonna hit you with this move, hit you with that move. Nah, I mean, for the most part, I don't like it. It's just not realistic. And overselling, I kind of like. Go back and watch like Ric Flair or Kurt Hennig kind of oversell shit. Like, I think it's fun, and I think that's more a part of wrestling. Like,
Dolph Ziggler's good at it. He's great.
Yeah, the people who are good at it are really good at it, and it's fun. And I think it's like all part of the entertainment aspect of wrestling. So like, I don't mind that shit at all. I kind of like it. So were we kind of split on that one? Because JPO had it at annoying. Yeah, Richie had it at whatever, and I had it at like it. So it's actually the first one we kind of split on it, I guess. They were selling.
I'll just say I can. Where I have, I said annoying.
I think you said annoying, yeah.
I can go up to more whatever because I think, but no, Ben's made a good argument. So like, I didn't necessarily think of Mr. Perfect as the overseller. I think of the Sean one, which was a little comic-y. So I could go up with Ash for sure.
Sure, no worries. The passing of the torch. Yeah, I think that's feel like it's a whatever if used properly.
I don't know how people could get like annoyed at that because it's like it's just something that
it's a sign of respect.
And it's I'm even good at putting that into just like. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Totally bad one. Yeah,
if it's done right, if it's part of the story,
it's going to be done eventually, right? Like
yeah. Sure. Okay. No, I'm fine with that. Again, we're just gonna pull apart brawls. This can certainly get there, JPO. I think it's overdone for sure. Very overdone.
Yeah,
almost every week.
That's what I mean. Do we go by that? Honestly, yeah. Honestly,
I would say not very annoying because I've seen some good ones, but annoying.
Sure.
In general. Yeah.
But it's so often AEW does a lot too. Yeah. I'd say annoying. It really is overdone now. Where you really got to do something special for me to like really care anymore.
Yeah. It depends how they use as well. Like if you've just had a segment where like someone's just been, crush with a chair. No one came out, but yet then the next segment, someone's just having a minor disagreement, and then but they're having a shoving contest, and you've got like you've got like 20 security guards, like trying to break up what like what's going to be like a little brawl, like like that doesn't make sense. So but I do think it's a bit overdone, and it needs to be used in the right way.
To me, the last one I saw that was great was, anybody remember the Punk Rollins one where it spread out over like 2 different commercial breaks too, and they kept like going to different locations, still brawling. So like they brawled to the side, then they were like in the back, and they brawled back there, and then they brawled to another area where Adam Pearce finally like broke it up and separated them, in like separate places. Like it spanned almost over half the show. Like I thought that was
that. I mean, they did a decent one with Sheamus and Rusev recently as well. I don't mind that kind of shit.
Yeah, but when it's done with like everybody, every week, I don't need that. Here's one that relates to me: the ref bump, the good old ref bump. JPO. I'm not gonna. I'm just sitting in here for a second. I don't necessarily put it in there. But JPO, your casual everyday ref bump.
I'll bump it up to it. Just annoying though. I mean, again, like it is a means to an end. So if you don't overdo it, it can be fine.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I mean, like some ref bumps more ridiculous than others. You see people get lightly bumped and they're out for that seems to be in a coma. Whereas people like Charles Robinson really commit, fucking get flatlined. So yeah, and but again, it's just how you book the show. If it's like a Vince Russo show, and you have like fucking 8 ref bumps in one card, then I'm like, that's gonna get annoying.
I feel like there was even an AEW pay-per-view recently where there was like 3 ref bumps on the card, and I was like, that's way too goddamn many. You should not have more than 1 per show.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. One per pay-per-view. Save it for something important. Yeah.
Because it all depends how you use it. I'll go annoying, but it's a good device when used properly.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing. Mostly annoying, just because it's kind of usually just a means to for somebody to cheat. I like taking them. It's fun. I don't mind taking a rep. I was always down to do whatever, so I don't mind seeing a good one. Yeah, like you said, Richie, when Charles Robinson gets fucking pounced by John Cena, like it's fun to watch. Like when the guys take good ones. Like I took a fucking awesome bomb from the Echo Crusher, so like they can be fun if somebody commits to it. But yeah, you're casual, like, oh, you got elbowed in the face. That's annoying. So referees ejecting the manager mid-match, JPO.
I'll say like it. I don't know. I get a pop for it, and it's happened to me.
Yeah, Rich.
I mean, I don't mind it just because of the. I mean, not every referee does this, but the wind up.
I've done it before. It's great.
Yeah,
got it.
If it leads to them still cheating, it's kind of. But the actual in the moment, it's fine. So I like it.
I actually think they could do it more. I don't think they do it enough. Like, we actually don't see it as often as you would think. And I think when done properly to a manager that genuinely the crowd is like getting pissed off at, like, I think it could work beautifully and get a big pop. So like, I'm fine with it when it's done right. So I would say like it. I actually like it. I actually think they could do it more. So, if Don Callis gets thrown out mid-match, why wouldn't the crowd like that? It works. All right, we're almost done. 50-50 booking, repeated matches, doing the same match over and over and over again. Just one guy wins and the other guy wins, and the other guy wins, the other guy wins. Rematch.
In other words, 2010 to 2019.
2019 Vince booking. Yeah. Can we just throw this right into very annoying? Because, oh my God, yeah, how many fucking Cena and Orton matches did we need? Jesus Christ. Yeah, just back.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
And no one gets over. I mean, like, if you do 50-50 booking,
it's fucking boring.
No one gets over.
No, just listen to any Brian and Vinny from like 2019 WWE. It was all 50-50 booking all year. It was fucking terrible. Just really lazy. Romance angles. JP, are you a romantic guy? Are you a lover, not a fighter? How about a good romance?
So here's my stance on this. They can be kind of fun in the meanwhile, but I also feel like so many times they just peter out. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do once they get or don't get the girl? You know what I mean? And sometimes they're dropped after not long. Nia Jackson Enzo, or you know what I mean? Like, what even was the outcome of Jericho and Trish? Cool Mania moment, but what was the end all of that? I'll go just whatever personally.
Okay, Richie.
Yeah, I think it like I don't mind like I'm sort of like I got a soft spot for like the soap opera kind of stuff that you don't see in WWE much anymore, but you still see it occasionally. You still see it in AEW. Sometimes. So the more edgier sort of product. Yeah, if done right, it can be fun. Like I liked Otis and Mandy, but they kind of dropped that too. But yeah, then like obviously Eddie and China were great. But yeah, but then you got like Mae Young and Mark Henry. You got you got the Village. I mean, there's a few things. Yeah. There's
Lillian Garcia and Viscera. Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, like Nia Jax was supposed to have a thing with Enzo Amore. They never went anywhere. Like you just mentioned.
I said that already.
Yeah, so, like I said, like you just mentioned. But yeah, Stacey and Randy Orton didn't go anywhere. But yeah, so I'll go. It's a mixed bag. I'll go whatever. I think they have their place. They're fun. They're funny. But yeah, I think we're also kind of past them.
Yeah. I'll also say whatever, just because I think most of the time with JPO, a lot of them are actually pretty well done, except for the fact they just fizzle out and then just don't go anywhere.
Right.
They just get dropped. Like, I mean, think about one of the best ones ever. The love triangle between Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie was great.
Right.
And it hit it. Like, at its peak was awesome. And then it just went nowhere. It just got dropped. Like, it just completely got, like, fizzled out. And, like, it just became nothing. And at its peak, it was really good. I feel like it kind of dies when the people actually get together. It's like the lead up is good.
It's the will they, won't they? It's Big Bang Theory. It's Fred. Once they get together, what do we go from
then
there?
Where do you go after? It's Pam and what was it on The Office? Jim and Pam on The Office. It's the build up on the Office, but then when they get married, then what do you do with it? Then they're together.
Oh, they actually they did a better job than most, but yeah, no, like Big Bang Theory just broke them up again so they can do the will they, won't they again, you know?
So,
but yeah, it's like, but with that, apparently, with Kurt Angle said in interviews and in his book that like Stephanie and Kurt were meant to get together, but I think Stephanie kind of got cold feet and they just went with
they just died. Yeah, it just went nowhere. I feel like this isn't a thing. The screw job, is that just the Montreal thing? Like, how many times are they legitimate screw job?
I will say
they have repeated it. They definitely have done it before. I get it.
Oh, you just mean when they fake a screw job just for like an angle?
Yeah.
Maybe all the above. I don't know.
They go, there was a period of time there. We're in Montreal. We're in Canada. Let's do a screw job thing. Let's do a screw job thing.
Oh, that's fucking annoying. That's fucking annoying. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Very annoying. Yeah,
we're just repeating that just to do it, like just because it's
I am really confused about some of these later anyway.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
we'll get there.
Your shoot promos, I guess your pipe bombs, if you will. Your Cena pipe bombs, your Punk pipe bombs, your even
Heyman. One.
Heyman did one on Vince back in the day on SmackDown, if you remember that one. Joey
Styles.
Shoot promo. Joey Styles shoot promo. Yeah, JPO. Those type of pipe bomb shoot promos.
I'll say like. Again, there can be the skirting of, again, like we said before, with like too much, too much backstage stuff, or not for the everyman. But it is juicy, and when it's juicy and good, Heyman, Punk, obviously, one of the greatest of all time. Like, yeah, I'll go like.
Okay, Richie.
I'll go love it, but yeah, again, it all depends. Like if they don't go too inside baseball, you know what I mean? Like yeah, and I think Punk's works because he really does he does kind of what he's talking about. You don't have to fucking look into things. So yeah, no, I generally love them, but like usually the shoot promo stems from people being backstage drama and people being unhappy. I don't like that. So yeah, so yeah, but I'll go love them.
I'll go like them just because I think it's gotten a little overused in the last year or two with everybody kind of skirting the line with the characters, and let's just comment on whatever just because to get that like whatever like Tiffany Stratton referencing like Charlotte's 3 divorces or something. I'm just like, all right, is that necessary for the character for the feud? Like that's okay, but whatever. If you're commenting on like their history as a wrestler, that's fine. So it give me a mixed bag, but I mostly like them. The special guest referees, JPO. Yeah, what do you think?
I'm gonna whatever it off the top of my head. They're not necessarily bad. I don't know if they're ever really great either. Sometimes they can be fun. Like, this is a fun one throwaway SmackDown one with Ambrose ignoring Ellsworth and whatnot. But yeah, I'll go whatever personally at the moment.
Okay, Richie.
I mean, a special guest referee. I've never understood the heel referee because why wouldn't you just go?
No, that would be a different one. If there was a thing here for heel referees, I hate that shit because why wouldn't a heel referee just immediately disqualify somebody or count them out immediately, like on a fast count? You know what I mean? Why do they count regularly? That's a whole different thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess special guest referee could be a heel, but yeah, I guess it's annoying because I know that it's like it's always like, will this person call it out right in the middle? But most of the time they're not. So that's fast. There's going to be shenanigans. So I'll say annoying, but not like super annoying.
I'll say whatever. It can be good. It can be bad. It can be fun. I don't mind if they get involved, physically or whatever. Sometimes they get pissed off and they get involved. Like it just depends on how they're used. So I'll say whatever. When somebody steals the other person's catchphrase, JPO.
I mean, I don't know. Is this a super common thing? I'll go like it. I mean, again,
I don't know. Yeah, how often it happens, but I'm kind of with you, Richie.
I think it's within. I think it's just I don't think it happens that often. I think it's just fun. It's a fun thing. Yeah. Now these next two,
I think I'm more like stealing the character when they like make fun of the other person's character. I kind of like that when they like dress as them or something. That's fun. It's not super common, and that can be fun. So I had to look up what this meant.
These next two, this is like a new term. What is this?
Promos. I looked it up. There are compilations. It's when there's accidental gay references. So it's like when like I saw a compilation of like there was stuff where Hogan was just like, I'm gonna, jump all over you and get on you, and it was all these like weird, references where it was just like accidentally like gay references. I feel like we don't even need to rank these, like whatever. I think it's accidental. It's accidental, but
they're both. This is the epitome of whatever. Yeah.
What's that? The one illustration even like is that Otis? Is it like? I don't know.
It's what is it? Otis being like German by Brian? Oh, Gable. Oh, I get it. So because it looks like he's butt fucking around or whatever.
I feel like they're whatever because they're not.
That sounds like a childish thing. Like it's kind of gay. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I put this in there. Was just like, they made a gay reference
because like it's just you inferring something because it's not what they mean.
That's my least favorite one so far.
Well, here you go.
Gay.
There we go.
Or so, I guess now is a term. Wow.
All right. This could be. Let's see where we are with the table.
Both of these are weird.
Well, I do understand where the table spots because I feel like it has become a thing with the crowds constantly chanting, "We want tables," and like doing almost too many table spots. So I could see where it would get annoying to a degree with the crowds constantly wanting tables and us almost working in. But I also feel like it could be used very well, like we saw in the TLC match at SummerSlam, right? Like it could like be used very very well. You know what I mean? Like and it can be impactful. So I don't know.
I get I think it's frustrating because I feel like fans more obsessed with tables than they did in like the Dudley Boys era, because it's like, especially if you're in a tables match and they're like, we want tables. I'm like, yeah, you'll get them. They're gonna build to tables. Wait, be patient. But or it's like I don't know, like yeah. So I mean, yeah, like I love a good I love a good table spot. Don't get me wrong, but I think it can be overused. And have we established are tables weapons? In AEW, I don't think they are.
I still don't know. Have we ever got a clear ruling on if tables are considered weapons? Because if you're just doing something on one, is it a weapon, or is it only a weapon if you pick up a piece of it and slam it into a guy's head? What's the difference? Like I don't know. It's weird.
So me personally, I think it's getting annoying. So I'll go annoying, but I'm not like, I get why if you want to go a bit lighter, I'll go annoying.
I'll go a bit lighter, so I'll leave it up to JP. I'll say whatever because I think there's good table spots and there's overuse. I'll leave it to JPO.
I'll even say I like it. I mean, like again, when it's good, it's good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
It's a hard one to pigeonhole. It's really like depends, right? Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. And I guess the last one on here is the tag team that splits up inevitably, and then feuds with each other. So JPO, because it seems like it happens with almost every tag team in history. Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Again, you know what? This is actually gonna be its own tier list if you want to look up this one day. Because again,
like because we have to take it by a case basis.
Right, like this is a great segment, the iconic through the window, super kick magazine, great segment, led to some cool matches too. Marty got his come up with someone or got his like E1 over Sean once. But then you have like I don't know, primetime players or Otis and Tucker. That's F tier because like they never even fought. Like why bring them up? So again, I'll go towards like just because when it's good, it's good.
Okay, Richie.
Yeah, it all depends on the follow up, really. But I mean, see, there's memorable angles for when, like obviously, I think that the Rockers breaking up is one of the things about the best breakers of all time. Like probably made better.
Edge Crush is another good one. Yeah,
probably made better by Bobby Heenan's commentary. But yeah, it's a great line. But but like you got that. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I don't know. It can be. I'll go whatever because it can be a mixed bag. But yeah, if you're doing it just to do it, it can I don't know if that's good. But like what we talked about before, the inevitable breakup of the Street Profits. I'm worried about the future of Angelo Dawkins. Yeah.
We talked about somebody is going to greatly benefit from that way more than the other person. So
yeah. So I'll go whatever, but yeah.
I'll also say whatever because I think it's a case by case basis. So it's been used to a great degree. It's been used to a shitty degree. There's been ones that have been completely pointless, especially when they're super over. Why break them up? If they ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Like you said, JPO, heavy machinery. Why? They're over. Don't break them up.
Why?
Why?
They can fire Tucker and Otis they broke up. Otis the world.
And AEW, they claimed. Why they break up? They claim
is over.
Job Caster make Bones a face and heel.
Go back when they were over of Enzo and Cass. One of the most over things on the
Enzo and Cass came to mind just now. Yeah,
break them up for no reason whatsoever, just because. Do a brand split and split up the Dudley Boys for no reason at the height of their popularity. You know what I mean? For no reason. Put them on brands and make them solo artists.
Enzo Cass and I think Otis Tucker, they ever even win the titles. Like, it's not even like they were together for a decade. And they're like, let's try something different. Like, you never even went full force with them. What the fuck?
Yeah. So so it can be good. It can be bad. Why did we break up Crime Time back in the day? They were perfectly fine as a tag team.
Oh yeah, they went right back together.
Yeah, right back to just stupid. So there you go. All right, so there's kind of a look at our list. I'll just recap the top and the bottom. So the very noisy, got our dumb referees, our cringe segments, Crash TV, cringe promos, cheap pops, 50-50 booking, your fake screw jobs, climbing those ladders slowly in those ladder matches, and no selling. And then all the way up, only a couple in the flat out love it category, but we got your custom sort of WrestleMania type entrances. We got big men meet madness, genuine crowd rebellion, and heel commentary for the most part. So there you go. This is interesting. A lot of stuff kind of in the middle, case by case basis, and then some stuff we love. So yeah. A little discussion. I like it. Good to talk about something because you can do the same thing with movie cliches as well. Ones that annoy you, ones that aren't so annoying. Yeah. Same thing because we're all movie guys. You can talk about movie cliches.
Real quick, we just have one or two. Any other pet peeves you don't love? Like I don't love murder. I've said that before. When we start getting to the point of bags overhead,
murder storylines,
screwdrivers in the brain, you're losing me a little bit.
Well, I kind of touched on one. It was sort of an interference thing, but I know it's like a very personal thing. I don't like when two things. When somebody interferes and has gear on when they're not booked, that just annoys me personally.
That's true.
I don't know why you have wrestling gear on when you're not booked. And also the other one, when you have like a blood feud, like two guys who really hate each other, and you get in there and they start trading holds instead of just like punching, like we're trading wrist locks and it's like a death feud. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that shit either.
Yeah, I'll add to that one too real quick. But I don't like in overhyping promos like Pez. I'll fucking destroy you. I'll make sure you never walk again. You'll never be able to hold your kids again. And then the match ends and it's like, I mean, they fought, but like Pez will be fine. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't threaten like handicapping a guy. And then, like, it just ends like a normal hardcore match. Like,
and then I pinned you after something, and then we never see you.
And then we're done. We're done. I know I said I would cripple you and whatnot, but I didn't really feel that.
Yeah, I didn't really mean it.
Don't overdo it then. Just say you want to whip his ass.
Take it. I've got one that's match specific that shouldn't be a rule. Like, if you get eliminated at the Royal Rumble, you can't eliminate anybody else. If you throw someone out of the ring, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. You eliminate.
They flip-flopped on that too, by the way, because I think they flipped on Vader to eliminate some people. And they're like, "Nah, that shit don't count." And so they had flip-flopped on that rule. Yeah.
Related to a Rumble, it was starting to get really annoying when at the absolute when it went too far with the Kofi Kingston like New Day shit. Like, if you're walking around on pancakes on the floor and saying you're not eliminated, go fuck yourself. You're eliminated. Like, stop. Like, what are we doing? So can I lay out a tarp on the floor and walk around on a tarp and I'm not eliminated because I'm not technically on the floor?
It doesn't count.
Like,
not
go
the floor.
You're eliminated. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? By that logic, I could take some papers off the announce desk and lay the papers on the floor and stand on paper and say, I'm not standing on the floor, technically. I'm on paper. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. You're eliminated. Like, stop bullshit.
I know this is a long-held rule that's not going to change, but titles should change hands on a count-out. Really. I don't know why they don't change hands on a count-out.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know.
That's such a pussy way to win the title, though. You're a new winner, new champ, via a count out. Like, unless it's a heel, like that sucks for a face.
This is
you won because then I got counted out.
This is more of like a regulatory like rule thing. I also just think champions should always come out last. Period. That's just more of like a traditional thing. Champions should always come out last. Yeah.
Here's a good one. The random sometimes restart the match because they replayed the footage. What? Like sometimes they do that, then like but nine times out of 10 they don't. Why on this occasion or do they get to have like a monitor and go, all right, you're right, restart it? Like, why this guy?
Related to that, partner who gets mad at other partner for accidentally hitting them and doesn't look at the replay.
Watch the footage, man. It was my pay-per-view.
Yeah. If that person ran into you legitimately, like you could see that pretty clearly if you watch the fucking show. Yeah, people
Yeah.
well, that's just more like dumb baby faces or dumb characters that don't watch the show and like don't know how to investigate something, that happened and could easily just go and do something or whatever. So yeah, that's
That
that's
or the opposite of when like you can tell somebody's gonna heel turn until the person leaves the room, the other person just has like a snarl. Like they should come back the next one and go, "Hey, I watched the replay. How come as soon as I leave the room you snarl at me? Are you gonna attack me tonight?"
well, or they even skirted that with the Jacob Fatu solo stuff where he was like, where they were talking behind his back. But if Jacob was just watching a
Yeah,
monitor of the show, wouldn't he see them talking behind his back?
yeah.
Like logically, it doesn't
Did
make
no
any
one
sense.
send Jacob the YouTube clip?
So there's no secrets in
Replay?
wrestling. If you're talking in front of a cameraman, it's going to be
You're on
televised on the show.
TV.
Anybody
Yeah.
can like find out what you're saying about them on camera. You know what I mean? Like that's not a secret. That's silly. But that's
And
also
then
just
also,
a weird wrestling logic. Like sometimes where it's
yeah, I
like,
understand. You have to go with sometime. Another one I have is the clearly stalling for the top rope guy to do a splash like a bunch of people.
oh,
You
well.
ready?
Yeah, the guy that goes up to the top rope and has to wait for the other guy to get up. That kind of annoys me
Yeah.
during matches.
Oh,
Well, Jim Cornette used to say, like, oh, how the fuck did you know he was going to face you after he stood back up? What if he walked to the opposite corner and just got out of the ring? Then you look like an idiot. So,
or the person who never goes to top rope goes to top rope because you know they're gonna because they're gonna
Ric Flair.
yeah,
yeah.
or like Triple H or yeah, people go for
Triple H doing the Flair.
Yeah.
what I like to call people who go for a top rope nothing. That clearly just they're there to get encountered, just like they just
Well,
jump.
or we have the same thing, Richie, where they do the double axe handle into the foot up, in their face, which is like, well, what was your goal there? To land on your feet and then come down with an axe handle? That's stupid.
Yeah.
What was your plan there?
You see Triple H tell that he once did that, and then he just stayed
He
there
just
for
stood there for like 2 minutes. Yeah.
Mike Chioda's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. One last one is when the babyface looks like a geek because he doesn't have a plan. When he goes to like attack a group of heels with no weapon or no plan and gets the shit kicked out of him, like Jet Speed did with the Hurt Syndicate. Like we're just gonna attack them in a 4-on-2 situation and have no plan or no weapons or no equalizers or no friends and just get our asses kicked repeatedly and look like dorks. Like that shit annoys me. That's more booking than anything else. It's not so much like a pet peeve thing. But yeah, it's just bad booking. So, anyways, we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, that went a little long, but I think that was a fun conversation. So I think we had a good time with that one. So we'll do some other random stuff like that in between pay-per-views and
I
whatnot.
like the idea of the tag team split. I think that's good. If you could,
Yeah. No, I mean, we could go into more specific things on certain ones. Yeah, we could do like the tag team partners splitting the different
Yeah, that
angles.
would be interesting. Yeah.
We could do like tier rankers of like the romance angles. We could talk about like which ones were good, which ones were bad. We could talk about
I bet you there's a bunch we don't remember. There's so many brief
oh
ones
yeah.
or ones that ended, like you said, ended
Yeah,
in
I
the
mean,
cup. So much,
we could if I could find a place where somebody chronicled them or like a message board posts about like the best and worst ones, or like if I could investigate stuff like that, I could try. So yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, it'd be a different way to tackle some of these things, but yeah, we'll do that. But as far as next week on the show, we will be JPO will have to bring his prediction hat because All Out. We'll be doing our all out predictions because it is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So most of the matches already announced. We'll get a few more things, like we said, the stipulation for the MJF Briscoe match will be announced. We'll probably get one or two more things announced. Maybe official Eddie Kingston match, most likely against Big Bill is what it looks like. I'm assuming. Maybe officially for the pay-per-view. to round that out. So we should get some more official announcements.
We'll get a bunch of 0-hour matches at the last minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Promotions.
We'll all keep our fingers crossed for our fantasy rosters, getting that last minute pre-show spot so we can get our points. So we'll look for those big multi-man matches where all are all involved. Yeah, so we'll do our all-out predictions and cover the news and whatnot and go over all that. So we'll do that next week. But JPO, you're a busy man. What you got going on outside of the show?
I'm kind of chilling actually this month, but I still got the occasion happening over at the Peersco team stuff. Of course, we do long time first time every Thursday normally. It was a lot of fun here, and then some over here and there stuff. I'll be there Friday. I'll be there Saturday. I don't know what time we're starting now, but
for tournament fights tomorrow night, it should be like normal time. I'm hosting, so
no, I know we'll start normal time Friday. I mean, I'm on the Saturday performance thing.
That
the times are changing.
Gotcha. Well, I'm hosting tomorrow night, so we should start on time, and it should be.
That's why I said tomorrow. I'm sure will be fun. Yeah.
We'll be good. It will not be like Wednesday where I think you started at like almost 10 o'clock. That's not going to happen.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. I almost asked to be a backup on that too because my Wednesday plans have changed, and I went out.
No. Half bracket will start on time. It'll be a quick show.
That'll be fun. I was on either one of those, so it'll be fun to see what I kind of looked at the list, but it didn't look too hard.
Gotcha. Richie.
Yeah, me and Pez just did Wheel of Movies prior to this. I don't know what the fuck just dropping shit out there. Prior to this, we talked about the Muppet movie and fun, fun conversation. We're taking a little bit of break. We'll be back in 3 weeks. We're just taking all September. We'll be back in October. We'll spin the wheel, and then we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. And a bit sort of quiet otherwise. I'll do tournament fights when I can. A bit busy lately, so haven't been on as much. But I still pop up here. I think I'm doing ranking. Soon I think the best soundtracks of the 2000s, I believe it is. I'm going there.
And I don't have much going on outside of the Movie Hero Network. Mostly just doing stuff over there. I said I'll be hosting tournament fights tomorrow night, wrapping up the 91 series. And then I'll be hosting Recast next week. Zach Shelton requested a recast episode for his birthday episode, so we'll be recasting Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on Monday night. So it should be an interesting one to recast there. And then just the normal shenanigans over on the Movie Hero Network. So not much outside of that. We went along tonight, but had a little fun with a kind of off the beaten wall topic. Yeah, maybe we'll whip some of these tier rankers out every now and then. It's kind of a backup thing on some of these dead weeks. And maybe we can get super specific with certain past storylines and whatnot. We'll rank, different. Hell, we could even rank like debuts. Like we could rank final matches.
There's several options.
Oh yeah, we can rank all kinds of.
Final matches. That might be interesting too. Yeah,
final matches. Yeah, like I said, a debut. Promos, matches, things like that. We could do. All kinds of stuff within these top tier rankers, and just have a little fun with some of those things. So as long as we're within a reasonable number of things that we can condense, we'll run those down. So we'll wrap it up for tonight. So thanks everybody who joined us. We appreciate it. So for JPO, for Richie, for Jacob Barber, we love you. I'm Austin Pezal. We'll see you next week on the Lonely Marks. Bye.